it's no chance you lose. Can't stop you. Hey, you're finding your way back to the strength that you had all along. Give it all you got.
Peggy 12.
Round one. Fight. Simple and clean.
Showtime, baby.
Welcome to Sets. This will be a good fight.
All right, everyone, and welcome back to another week of Sets here on Capcom Fighters. You know the drill. We're here every week, and we put on a lovely exhibition for you guys here. As myself, the host, Jammers, and today we are having a special. We've got this thing. It's somebody's birthday. I think it was this week, or it might have been yesterday. I can't remember, because when you turn on the game, it does tell you when each Street Fighter character, their birthday is around. But yes, like I said, I'll be your host again tonight, Jammers. And alongside me, I don't know if we can transition into our guest. Can we show our special guest or not yet? No, I can't transition into our special guest yet. But, like I said, today is a special. We have announced it as well. We are going to look specifically at a team that is featured in Street Fighter League. You might know them for their Premier League status when it comes to football or soccer, wherever you are watching from as well. We had a great weekend of Street Fighter action with CPT Japan as well as the UK World War Regional Final. We'll talk about those at some point in the show. But yes, of course, we want to continue that momentum and continue to deliver high-level action. All right, so now I can introduce my lovely co-hosts. They are here today. It is not Veggie and Ovaha the usual, but they will be back with us next week. This time round, we've decided to call on notable names, household names in our scene. And of course, if we can transition over to those guys so we can see them, that would be absolutely wonderful. I actually was having a laugh on them right now. He should be with us, but can we get them on board? Are they not here? Ah, there we go. Perfect. There they are indeed. He just came in the nick of time. He's there. But we got Logan Saba joining us, as well as the Cola of Saints. Oh, Saint Cola. Logan, talk to me. How are you feeling tonight?
I'm good, man. How you doing?
Oh,
Had a great weekend.
Yeah.
Fantastic action at the World Warriors Finals. So very proud of us sending Ending Walker out there to represent us at Capcom Cup X. And yeah, just generally looking forward to this big year. End of season, new season ahead. Still waiting on 2 characters. Like, loads going on with it. Japan online premiere. So much happening still.
Yeah, crazy, isn't it? But Cola, talk to me. It's been a little while since we last spoke. How you been feeling?
Fantastic. Disrupting my sleep schedule as I'm getting ready for Street Fighter League Japan. The grand finals will be at the end of this week, and also I was watching, obviously, Japan CPT, which was absolute fire. 2 Lukes at that top spot. We got to say Luke propaganda. What's going on there, huh?
I mean, if that doesn't strengthen the argument of who's better, or who's got better representation, I mean, we could talk about that at some point with the guys that are going to be with us here tonight, but it'll be very interesting. But speaking of, can we put on the fight card so the people do know what we are doing tonight? It's not a regular exhibition, it is a special tonight. We are going to be doing a single elimination tournament with Team Wolves. They had a fantastic result last week with a 40-0 and that was a much-needed win. Hopefully they can continue that momentum for the rest of the regular season. And we've got all 4 players in the waiting room with us to join us, have a chat, watch them play some games, and hear their thoughts on Street Fighter. SFLU.
I like the variance in terms of, the characters that are presented. You do have a few Lukes out there, but it's not Luke central. The different ideas that y'all have in terms of EU compared to US and Japan, and how people are seeing the game. It's good to get that insight from different areas and different ponds. Personally, I like watching this previous episode, for Porfield's getting his fat win right there. And then also at the very end, Shaxx coming through against Phenom, further making him angry at Luke. I'm going to bring that up because it's funny. But overall, it's been good watching the action overseas, and comparing it to Japan and the US.
All right, no, that's actually because you do SFL Japan, and then you get to watch the other 2. It's Friday. The timing we put it on is Friday 2 p.m. I think is that a good time to watch it? Would you just catch the archive?
It's midday, so I'm watching damn near everything anyway. So, 2 p.m. is fine for most of us. We're either at work, sitting on our phones in the bathroom watching it, or, at home like we were watching it. So, I think that's a good time.
No, fair. And then, Logan, I don't know how much of SFL in general you've been able to catch up with Japan and the US, actually. So, you been able to catch up with much of that?
Yeah, a little bit, man. I think we're more so the US. I think the teams are performing that we'd expect to see. We need to have some kind of that NASA Esports team. Yeah, looks like like a Galacticos team. Like there needs to be some financial fair play.
Financial fair play. Sorry.
You know what I mean? Like it's like a super team. I'm not sure how fair it is to have that team put together. It's ridiculous. So I'm really looking forward to seeing. But I guess as a viewing experience, it makes them a target as well. Okay, yeah. Because they're such heavy favorites right now. They have to be such heavy favorites. So I guess that's going to make the playoff picture a lot more exciting, because it's very rare that the favorites actually, going into the Super Bowl, the NBA Finals, are the ones that close it out. So I guess that puts a big target on them.
No, do you know what? That's a very good angle of looking at it, because that creates a narrative in and of itself. I don't know if they've done it inadvertently, but they kind of do.
Of course, and that's the thing that us 3 in terms of me, you, and F-Word really lent into on Street Fighter League Europe. It's all about the narrative. You can get great Street Fighter play from all of these characters multiple times a week from so many different tournaments. Obviously, Street Fighter League NA is a little bit different because it's more like a rest of the world, so you've got worldwide competition. But for us in Europe, the players that you have in Street Fighter League, they're the ones you'd expect to see in Saltmine League or in Bracket Reset or in any of these other events that we're going to have happening that are happening online. The fun part of it, though, is the drama, the narrative, the team synergy, how that might be working, how that might be failing, and how they're going to handle that. I think for me, Street Fighter League's all about the players as characters and personalities and the storylines that we've built going through. I think, for me, that's the real strength that we have in Street Fighter League Europe and at NA as well, man, because Rob does an amazing job getting these guys, the interviews out of these guys. It's great fun.
Nah, it's definitely a thing indeed. Well articulated by Logan, good answer there. And it's good to hear your opinion on it as well, St. Colas, as you are involved in SFL to some degree, which is good. Speaking of which, we do have Team Wolves in the green room. I want to get these guys unmuted because I want to start talking to these guys so we can have a general discussion with the guys, hear their thoughts on the game, about the Street Fighter 6 in general. Just have a nice little chat with them because I haven't seen 1 or 2 of them in a little while. But it'd be great to hear what these guys think about SF6. So let me find out. Have I got the gentlemen here in the chat? Team Wolves, can you guys hear me loud and clear?
What's up, man?
Yes. What's up, yo?
Hey, they're all here. So, right, yes, gentlemen, thank you very much for taking time out of your day tonight to join us for the show. This is the Team Wolves special. We've got all 4 members. Would you believe it? No 2 guests. We've got 4 guests here alongside our guest commentators Logan, and Saint Cola. So yes, gentlemen, this is where we're just gonna have a general Q&A, general chat about Street Fighter 6 in general. And I think my first question I want to ask each of you, I want to get Poppy's opinion on this first, is Poppy, tell me your favorite thing. If you can pick out one thing, what's your favorite thing about Street Fighter 6 when you're playing it?
Believe it or not, I think the neutral is very interesting. Like I know like people are gonna be like, oh, but there are some buttons that are like disjointed. Yes, there are, but like there are like you have, in my opinion, like a lot of time to react. Like if you like to play neutral, and there's like a lot of mind games going through that, because once the players know that you can react and do that in high level,
okay,
you can do like small feints, and obviously the drive rush is really strong, but I still believe that you can kind of like mitigate that. Not always, but I really do like the neutral in this game. It's a lot of fun, like going back and forward. Really satisfaction, like when you see somebody whiffs and you can whiff punish it. It's really good. So that's what I like the most.
Okay, let me ask you this quick question before I get the answer from the other three. Do you think Street Fighter 6 is too fast? Or do you think the pace still to be set because the meta keeps changing every day?
Yeah, I do think. To be honest, like I went in with the mindset that it's season 1.
Okay.
And for it to be like season 1, I think the game is fantastic. Like if you think about it, the online is great. I can play with players from the US, practice in that way. But yes, I do believe like it can go really fast. You can do somebody has level 3. They pop it, you lose a lot of health, and then some characters, they touch you, instant corner, throw loops, and you get wrong. But I think that's the nature of the game right now. But other than that, I think it's fine.
Okay, no, interesting. Love those answers. Shivs, talk to me. I know you're dying to tell me your answer. What's your favorite thing about Street Fighter 6?
I think for me the best thing about this game is how much nicer whiff punishing feels, which has to do with the neutral and how normals work.
Okay.
So that's probably been my favorite part about playing this so far. I like the fact that you can't, for the most part, just throw out normals and not care without there being some sort of consequence.
Okay, let me ask you this impromptu question then, because obviously you're talking about whiff punishing and the consequence of normals, because that links into punish counter, the mechanic of punish counter. Do you think that should be a mechanic going forward for fighting games in general? Just like anytime you're in a recovery state, you should be left in a counter hit state. Do you think that should be a thing, or just exclusive to Street Fighter?
To be honest with you, I don't play many fighting games, so I don't know how it works for the rest of them, but I like it for this game a lot. I actually really do like getting the extra punish counter frames and getting proper punishes off a lot of the things you can punish in this game.
Interesting. No, I like that answer. That's really good. Phils, the 4 Phillions, talk to me. What's your favorite thing about Street Fighter 6?
My favorite thing about Street Fighter 6 would actually be the lobby system, because I like being able to have multiple people join the lobby and they can all play sets simultaneously without having to spectate before they get to play. And online training mode is good as well.
Okay, now, let me ask you that then. Do you know many people that use online training modes? I don't know many people that use it. It's there, and I think it's a really cool feature, but do you know many people?
It's good to have. It's usually when you're unsure about something and you need to check it, but you can't replicate the situation yourself, you'd have someone do it. But I don't think it's something people use
as much as they should?
As much as they should, yeah. But people definitely use it, just not as much as they most likely should.
All right, no, I love that answer. Shax, talk to me. What's your favorite thing about Street Fighter 6 when you're playing?
I'd say my favorite thing about this game is watching how people manage their meter in this game, because it's such a big factor. Like, you can't mindlessly just spend your meter from round 1 and go into burnout. So it's interesting to see how people are, managing their meter, how they're using drive rush and all of that, drive impact, and you can't. It's very different to the previous Street Fighters. You know, you have to really be careful about what you're spending your resources on. So that's interesting. That's what I find interesting about this game.
Okay, and then just a follow-on question to that. Is there anything, when you're playing the game, is there anything you would change about the meter management aspects of the drive gauge right now? Or do you think it's fine as it is?
Yes, I do think that the raw drive rush in neutral should probably be a bit more expensive. Maybe 2 bars to spend for that instead of 1. And what else would I change? Maybe low forward into drive rush. On block, you should lose your turn for that. I don't think you should be in range for another guess situation there, because it's very easy to put someone in a guessing situation from a low forward into drive rush. That's how you can really get things started and win from that.
That's interesting. You should lose your turn from that. Cole, do you agree with that?
I don't know if you should lose your turn, but it's hard to ask for changes in certain ways, because Jibbo put it best. If you pull one thing, the whole thing
It's a Jenga
crumbles.
piece.
Yeah, like that's why I feel the game is built like. But you know what? Like maybe it depends on how the game, I guess, develops on the second season. All right, I have some questions.
Talk to
Am I
me.
allowed to
Fire away.
ask?
Fire away.
All right, cats. I want to know. This is a very aggressive game. People get really upset. You know, they get rushed down and get melted after level 3. All that yada yada. But I want to know how you've developed defense for your characters or for yourself. What's been like a big factor in terms of developing defense? And don't just say mashing perfect parry. Give me a little bit something intricate, because y'all are top players.
Give me some substance.
Shax, let's go.
Oh, I'm starting with this one. Oh god. Okay.
He's like, defense, what's that?
I'm not gonna lie. What I do is I watch like the higher level players play in this game, and I'm watching Mena, I'm watching the Angry Birds, I'm watching those guys play, and I'm looking at the options they're using on Wake Up. They're not using the same options. As you see, they like rotating different options.
Yeah.
So you know, sometimes they're doing like Mena, for example, does Wake Up, Jump, EX, flankable to beat like a shimmy or a throw attempt or whatever. So you know, I'm looking at things like that and trying to implement it to my own gameplay. So I'm kind of watching how the top players deal with it, and then I'm kind of just, you know, taking note on what they're doing so I can try and use it for my own arsenal.
Okay.
Going for the X copy. Smart stuff.
Phils, outside of Amnesia, what are you doing?
I would say that whichever defensive option you choose, you have to make sure you get rewarded for it. This game doesn't really want you to block. You know, you pretty much lose for blocking. You lose drive gauge, you get put in burnout. The game is pretty much anti-block at this point in time. So I would say whatever decision you make, you have to make sure you get rewarded for it. So whatever you're looking out for, make sure you do get a good reward for it, whether it's the parry, whether it's jump out the corner, whether it's waiting for a whiff punish. If you're going to tech or throw, you don't really get rewarded for it, whether if you backdash or amnesia if you're JP, or even wake up DP, you do get a reward for it. So I would say blocking is always an option. However, in this game, it's usually not the best option.
So
looking beyond.
Let me ask you this, Phils, before we go to Shivs' answer on that. Just telling yourself blocking's not the wisest choice anymore. How wild does that sound to you? That it's blocking no longer is the answer. You now have to spin the wheel and hope that you guess the right answer. I mean, that must be fun to watch, but not fun to be a part of, right? Phils?
That for me,
yeah,
my bad.
Spaced
yeah,
out there.
it's I personally don't like it because it forces you to make a decision. So, for example, if I was to compare it to, let's say, Street Fighter 5, right?
Here we go.
You would be able. Would you think?
I didn't say anything. Go on.
No, I was just gonna say, you would be able to block, right, and potentially take a throw and reset the situation.
Yeah, you can still take a throw here.
Yes, you can definitely take a throw, but you can't reset the situation because drive rush is a thing now, right? So what ends up happening is you're forced to make a decision, which is why I said parrying or DP or something else that is not block is a better defensive option because it turns the table around and you're not in a constant loop, right?
Yeah.
So I would definitely say it's changed how you have to think about defense. You don't have to think about how you're going to escape. You have to think about how you're going to start your own offense.
Yeah. Okay. No,
Do you think if drive reversal was better, would that help?
That eliminate half the
maybe
problems in the
having to
game,
hold
I
that-
feel.
That's what I've been looking for in terms of like a change coming up. Because if I'm blocking, I could drive reversal after that or get some of that space with this place. That would help alleviate the pressure, in my opinion. But how do you feel about that, though? Do you think that would help out for a little bit more blocking than just rotating other options?
I definitely do think it would definitely help out. However, because blocking in itself drains your drive gauge, you're going to be blocking a normal, which is going to take
Some
drive gauge off of you, and then you're going to drive reversal, which is going to take even more drive gauge.
I had this issue in the early days. You're losing more than what's said on the tin. Don't worry, drive reversal is still costing 2 bars, but the whole situation, it's more than 2
Might cost you 3 or 4,
Right.
Yeah.
Maybe they could do something like, I don't know, if you have a successful drive reversal, you get a little bit of your drive gauge back for doing it.
I'm not sure it does that already because it counts as a hit. I actually need to check that. That's a good thing. No, that's a good thing you brought that up. I'm going to check that when I'm at home in front of the game. That's a really good thing. Good suggestion. Back to the original question. Shivs, how do you improve, or how have you improved your defensive game in Street Fighter 6, or at least your mindset towards it?
I've become a very religious man in the past 6-7 months.
Where did that come from? What the?
Because
every day Sunday?
I believe strongly in praying to the gods in the sky and hoping you're right in this game. Honestly, I honestly, my mentality is you commit to a decision, and if it works, it works. If it doesn't work, oh well.
Well,
straight up, that's how I think about it in this game.
I hope you show up to church at 11 a.m. in the morning, not 11:01, to catch you out for that stuff. Anyway,
whatever's up there, please.
Poppy.
Next. All right, Poppy.
What about you? How do you go about improving your defense in a game like Street Fighter 6?
I think, the way I play like a lot of different fighting games.
Yes.
And the way I always look at defense is to try to see what your opponent is doing, like active defense, like what is he doing? Is he doing like a spacing trap? Does he know what spacing trap? Is he just doing like mindlessly like throwing you? Okay, how's the risk reward? How much meter does he have? How much drive meter does he have? I think there's a lot of things that I usually analyze on defense.
Yeah.
So and I try to choose what I think is the best from that season. So let's say like if he has 1 bar and it's the first round, for example, and he has like 3 bars, and he can continue the combo, do like a drive combo, right, to make it further. But if that makes him burned out, then I know, okay, maybe I can do a DP here, because then he can only get like a combo to super, which is like kind of fine.
I see what you mean. So kind of like your defensive choice dictates their next sequence, but kind of
exactly.
Okay, right. That's actually, that's interesting.
So I'm usually like always thinking like, well, where am I? Am I in the corner? Am I mid screen? If I get hit, what does it get? And is that patient player? Is that impatient player? There's so many things going on in my head. I've always been like this. So
okay. Well, yeah, you've been like this for as long as I've known you. So no, that makes total sense. I like that you articulate in that way as well. That's actually a really good answer. I think more people should try and. It's hard to adopt that mentality, because I have said on commentary, it's like as opposed to SF5, when you let's say for example you blocked a reversal, you'd land double the damage of what the reversal would have inflicted. In this game, because of how it works, you land triple the damage. So it's very hard to think about that, because then it goes case by case basis. If you do that against Boriza, it's like, okay, well, regardless of their skill level, they're going to get 50% by default. Everybody knows the big money.
Just by drooling on the controller.
Exactly. Right. Maybe when you go up against a Cammy player, it might differentiate as opposed to a Jamie player, so on and so forth. But I do like that you're trying to dictate the pace of the match in terms of longevity, not just that specific situation itself. So that's a really good answer. All right, I've got time for, I think, one more question for Ollie. This is the fun one before we go to break and get these guys in, because we are doing a single elimination tournament with these guys. We'll get these guys set up as soon as possible. But I love asking this because somebody might surprise me, but you all might be in unison because you are a team. We'll start with Poppy first. Poppy, your top 5 characters in Street Fighter 6 at the moment. Surprise me.
You're putting me on the spot?
I'm going to put you on the spot.
I mean, for me, it's like the top 3 is JP, Luke, and Ken. It hasn't changed. I mean, I can talk about this, why it's like that. I just think like what all the 3 characters do, like they're just good all around. Like there isn't like a lot of things to think about it. They do great damage, great corner carry.
They tick the boxes.
Yeah. So great normals, etc. And then I think my top, like after that, it kind of like flipped a coin a bit. I know Valmas is probably gonna kill me for this, but I think like it kind of depends. Like so I switched to Chun, right? So so I think when I started playing this game and I played Chun, I was like, okay, this character is like ridiculous. Like when I touched her, and then since I had like this love for Cammy, like okay, I'm gonna run Cammy. But I think what I saw with Chun compared to Cammy is that Chun can kind of she has number one, she has a fireball on the screen. So all this craziness, like drive rush,
slows down.
People running in, slows down. So, and she has great walk speed, back and forward, and she has great whiff punishments, safe jumps, great damage. So
level 2.
Yeah. So I want to put her like in top 5, but I don't know if like I think DJ is definitely up there, like guaranteed, and maybe Guile. So I think like if you have a good day with Chun, I think she's top 5, but because you have all the tools and she kind of forces you to play, her game. You put a fireball on screen, you dictate, you play it slow. Oh, now I want to play it fast. But I don't know why Guile does so much damage in this game. It's
with the screen control too.
Yeah, and it's like I can't like. So I think it's DJ and Guile, but I'm going a bit maybe Chun.
Okay.
Like maybe Chun will dethrone Guile, but for now it's DJ and Guile.
Interesting.
Can I ask you, Poppy? It looks like your top 5's based on like just how powerful characters are, and there's no like discussion about maybe their shortcomings that keep them from being like JP. Everyone looks at JP because he's just got like ridiculous potential in every scenario. Luke has a complete toolbox. He can do literally everything. He can rush you down. He can corner carry you. He can back off as well.
He can make the comeback.
Obviously, yes, exactly. He's got ludicrous damage and ludicrous corner carry, ludicrous looping, Oki, all kinds of stuff. Ken can literally win from anywhere on the screen at any time. But like,
Easy win condition.
I don't hear people talking about the limitations, and I would be very interested to hear your opinions on what Chun is missing, other than a throw loop. Don't say that. But what is it that you think Chun doesn't have that makes her a clear top tier in this game?
I think what Chun, other than the throw loop, I think what Chun doesn't have is let's say like this. If you play her like perfectly, right? I mean, like you're in the zone and you play her perfectly. This is what I mean. Like this is why I think she's top 5. Like if you play like her, there's like no
mistakes, no flaws.
Yeah, there's no like they jump, okay, they lose 50%. Or you get standing hard kick. But like some jumpings in this game, and how anti works in this game, sometimes I feel like, okay, I'm doing the right thing, but somehow like a jumping or something, or they like cross cut is weird, and you lose 50%. So I think that's the only thing that it's kind of like the pilot. To be honest, it's like the pilot.
So kind of like what PR Barrog used to say about Fei Long in SF4.
Yeah.
He said Fei Long's just amazing, but he loses because of human error.
Yeah, and this is what I honestly think with Chun, and I know people won't be like, oh, she's not that strong, but if somebody please, they can tweet it to me. I don't like to downplay or anything. I mean, I play the character. I think she's amazing, and it's kind of like you said, except throw loop. If I'm playing like if I have a good day, I feel like I can beat like any character, JP. Luke, Ken.
That's how I look at Chun-Li. I think she's if you want to be a professional player and trust in your skill and ability, I think like Chun-Li and Luke are probably the best 2 picks in this game right now as the meta stands. Like if you really want to put the faith in you to outplay your opponent, which I think you have to do, like if you want to be consistently winning, right?
Yeah, no, I agree.
All right. No, I really like that answer. Shivs, your top 5 in the game. Talk to me.
To be honest, I have like 7 or 8 characters in mind. I'm sure everyone does.
Give me 5.
Yeah.
I think
Hair down.
Guile needs to be talked about way more.
I'm with
like,
you.
I was even thinking about what Logan was saying just now, where I'm trying to think about Guile's limitations, and I'm still not seeing it. I don't understand. Every time I see Guile versus JP these days, Guile's winning.
Oh no, don't worry. That conversation has been brought up numerous amounts of times on the camera and off the camera. But there is a bit of risk with what Guile does.
Hold that,
Yeah,
dude.
because I think you can't really drive rush at Guile because of the way Sonic Boom works. You don't really want to sit there parrying Boom because he starts building like CA and stuff. So you kind of have to neutral jump. But then SF5, you could neutral jump Guile's Booms. Now you get drive rush, crouch, face, juggled. And maybe I'm just saying this off being a jury player because jury Guile is horrendous. But that matchup, yeah, Guile for me is, I don't know why he's not talked about more in like the top 3 talk.
Okay, interesting. So you got Guile on there. Who else you got on there?
Guile, Luke, Ken,
Okay.
those, Chun-Li,
Okay.
and DJ or JP. No, sorry, DJ, JP, or Cammy.
Wow. So you wouldn't put JP in there by default?
I used to. Believe me, I was the number 1 JP complainer. But you've even seen this in SFL. I really don't care about JP these days. I know how to fight.
Yeah,
him
but
pretty
you
well.
play
I know
jury.
who's strong. yeah, I play jury.
Yeah, Jury does well.
Yeah, that's what I
So,
mean.
like-
I'm looking from my perspective, right, of what
Yeah,
my
you know,
character
of course,
can
yeah.
do. But
Yeah,
like,
your character. Okay.
my character can do this, but even when I play Manon against JP, I don't feel limited that heavily because I know how to kind of go against his tools. But like when I fight DJ, I'm like, what am I supposed to do here? Like, I just have to pray.
Yeah, have fun. I mean, keep going to church
just
at 11
pray.
o'clock, and I'm sure you'll find the answer. Or you can go to the confession booth. They might find the answer for you. Who knows?
But I do know JP is ridiculous, but at the same time, I'm like, man, DJ's hitting me twice and I've lost the game. So,
True.
On accident sometimes, so
Yep.
it makes sense. All right.
Right, Phils, what about you? What's your top 5? Surprise me.
In no order, because I don't know DJ, Luke, and Ken. I don't know how to order them, but in no order, I would say DJ, Luke, Ken. The number 4, I would say Gaio, and then Chun-Li. That'll be my top 5.
No JP.
Yeah, well, you know what he is. He's not going to.
I know where he is,
He's
but-
not going to put his own character
but-
in there.
Is there a reason actually beyond you playing the character why you don't put JP at the top spot?
I guess it goes back to what you were saying about character limitations, right? JP's limitation is his walk speed and also his style of play. He cannot turn his brain off in the same fashion as the other characters I named.
Oh, man told me
I think at
that.
high level that actually isn't bad. That's not a bad point. At high level, I feel like that's a good point.
When I say turn brain off, I mean switching the style of play. He cannot go extremely hyper aggressive or play extremely fast as a DJ or a Ken or a Luke. He cannot do that because he hasn't got the same tools to do so. He hasn't got the same.
Who, Phils, who paid you to say this?
now, can I say something quickly,
Yeah,
Jammers?
you can.
I also don't. Like, JP also has to hold button drive rush, which like characters with DPs don't have to do.
I was about to
I do
say
think
that.
That's a big thing in this game. Having to hold button drive rush is annoying.
Well, you know, you can use your drive reversal, right?
I mean, that's a risk as itself. You know that.
So
We
is
talked
a
about that
DP.
earlier. So,
I don't know where we're going with
I
this.
can't. I mean, here's the thing though. Like you can't use your drive reversal all the time. Depends what he did drive rush from as well. Like if he did a heavy in drive rush or crouch medium, sure. You got hit with a light into drive rush. He done jab drive rush. Well, your drive reversal's getting blocked.
True. I won't lie there.
That's situational. Not being able to have a consistent answer for crouch medium kick into drive rush or button into drive rush is an issue. Because if you have a real DP, they true block string it. Because they know they have to true block string it because you're going to always DP. If you have amnesia, for example, as great as amnesia is, they don't have to just true block string all the time. They can actually go for multiple different options because they know they have the leeway to do so now. And every single match, you're going to get hit with crouch medium kick into drive rush, whether you block it or not.
Interesting.
Being put in that situation where you know you're gonna have to hold some type of pressure and you don't just have an answer to stop it. Yeah.
I'll consider your answer for this JP court case for another time. Shax, what about you? What's your top 5?
Okay. Top 5, Ken, Luke, DJ, JP, and 5th is between 3 characters. So Guile, Rashid, or Cammy. I've not decided yet.
Why have you put Rashid up there?
I think Rashid is like super slept on. Like I'm watching Gachikun play, right? And the way he displays his character, it looks like he has unlimited tools. Like anywhere on the screen. Like his fireball is really good. You can just like follow behind it without spending bar as well.
Because you got to run.
Yeah. And his level 2, like it just forces so many situations from that. Like you rarely see Rashid's using level 3 because the level 2 is so good. And I think he has probably top 2 burnout offense as well. Like the way he can just chip away at your health constantly with no risk. Yeah, I think Rashid is definitely super slept on right now, and he could be potentially top 5 for me.
Interesting. I mean, give it a little bit of time. I think more people will see Rashid in that light. Again, and we'll have to see more characters be introduced to the game as well, and depending on what they do. But no, I definitely agree with a lot of those reasons that you've given us there. But no, that was pretty interesting for those top 5 answers there, and the backup statements that you've all given. I like those answers. But what we are going to do right now, ladies and gentlemen, is we are going to take a short break. When we come back, we're going to kick things off with this single elimination tournament. All 4 players of Team Wolves and SFL EU will be in action. So grab yourself a drink, grab yourself a snack. We'll be back with some GGs. We'll see you in a bit.
Ooh!
Showtime, baby!
Right now. Everyone's got a ticket for this Capcom Cup is getting a show. Right
Final game, final round! You couldn't write a better story! Get into the ring!
God, I'm low. God, my soul. All of my thoughts be dark like coal. Up to the party, y'all don't want smoke. Energize the body, raise up the arm. Right now.
I'll take on all of you!
Right now. Finish goals, I win it all. Right now. I secret on. Finish goals, I win it all. Show me your strength! Feet on the ground, look around.
This corner pressure is where ending will go through.
No more games.
Time to get
Time
serious!
is now.
NRD taking it down convincingly against the biggest red thus far.
You want the grace? You get the grace! I'm getting down. Show me the replay. Sit down and shut up!
Wait a minute. Turn it up. I'm on fire. It's like creative physics. It's like I was born on the outer Close my eyes, all I see is digits. This how I feel when you get to the commas.
That felt good, didn't it?
In-home emoji going the distance.
I've seen a lot of fights in my day, but nothing even comes close to this.
Wrap this up.
Right now.
Meaningless
It's all set.
And welcome back to another episode of Sets. This one a little bit special as we will see who is the alpha of the pack. It's your boy St. Cole on the mic, joined with Logan and Jamie Jammers in the back. My guy Logan, how are you feeling about what we're about to see?
I can't believe you stole my line. It's crazy. Yeah, it should be fun. Obviously, I'm used to seeing these guys play together. We try and combine, but now only one can remain as they are in mortal combat with each other. One will be left at the top of the pile of skinned wolves, who will be the leader of the pack, as you said.
Yes. I like seeing these cats battle it out at Street Fighter EU, but I like also seeing them fight each other. And this is not training. This is a single limb to see, once again, who is at that top of the pack, who will get their opinions validated when it comes to the tier list, as we had heard a little bit of that variation. But at the end, we'll have a champion. Single limb, so not a lot of room for error.
Yeah, it's a really interesting, like an exhibition. I really like this. Shout out to Wolves team for facilitating it and being down to do this. It definitely makes it a very exciting thing to do. To try and give a little bit more exposure to these teams on Street Fighter League. To shout out to the Sets team for putting this together and Wolves, because I think this is really fun. It's one of the few competitive endeavors where it's a team-based game in Street Fighter League, but you can very easily do an exhibition like this where they all play against each other. I really enjoy that, so I'm looking forward to this one. Obviously, this is the first time this has happened, I believe, anywhere where we've had this kind of team showdown. So maybe this can become a semi-regular thing here on Sets. That would be pretty cool to see. But yeah, big up to Wolves for kicking this off, because as a team, we'll talk about this at the end, but Wolves as a team, you're definitely not going to know much about this, Cola, but Wolves as an organisation, everyone in the UK knows Wolverhampton Wanderers as a Premier League football team, and they do a lot of cool stuff just as an organisation, spreading out into the community, into different avenues, into different creative fields, not just esports. A lot of sports organisations have esports arms, but they do a lot of cool stuff. So it's no surprise to me that Wolves are kicking off this and doing this, and they're first up for such a cool different idea. So yeah, I'm really happy that it's happening, and very happy to have you here with us as well. Always such a exponent and a champion of what's going on in Europe. Obviously very, very active with a lot of the online commentary when you can be, and that's always a pleasure to have someone with us who has an actual hands-on knowledge of these players as well.
Yeah, I've definitely been watching them for years upon years. The Salt Mine, shouts to Ritas and Co. And many of the tournaments that have been hosted have always been peeping if I can't commentate. And this is a region which has always been, pretty dear to me because the players are so open. They've been giving me tips and things like that. A lot of matchup knowledge. I can talk to them about damn near anything. They are the homies too as well. And I just, going over even the UFA last year, I wasn't able to go. I'm sorry, I guess 2 years ago, it was 2022. But being able to meet them in person, they were such cool cats. So shouts to EU crew. But also, again, shouts to Wolves for doing this. I like them being an example because we don't really get that in the US, where the sports teams are reaching out to esports and trying to put their hands onto that too as well, and promote these players.
And there's no excuse.
To a bigger area.
Your organization's really got too much money. Yeah, crazy money.
Yes.
They could do this as a tax write-off. So come on, I want to see some big franchises in the States. Shout out to Giants can get on this. Sure, there's some people who can help facilitate that. But yeah, hopefully it's something that we see, because you think about it now, a lot of these sports organizations are trying to bring in a new generation of fans, and viewers, realistically. And what better way to do that than kind of merge it culturally with a lot of the other things that this potential fan base are interested in. And you're seeing that with gaming, you're seeing that with music, and we'll talk about that a little bit later as well. Just engaging with the culture and what's happening in the area. And I think something like this is pretty damn awesome to see. And yeah, I'm very surprised that it's not prevalent in America.
Not really. And again, that's why UK doing it big out here. Even seeing some of the other teams kind of promote their teams and have different like qualifications in terms of being a part of their team, like Guild Esports and such. All of this furthers
I don't know about putting
us
people
outside.
in saunas. I'm not sure about that.
Okay, I like that variant. Do something different.
Do something different by all means, but I don't know about making guys play in a sweatbox for a truly competitive endeavor. I'm not going to put that one over. Sorry to anyone I'm upset about that. But like I take this competitive thing very seriously, like the sanctity of competition. You know, I'm all about that. You know, I wanna hold these guys up as the skilled professionals that they are. And I think, you know, putting them on a platform that really underlines the hard work and the effort they put into this, you know, the training, the research, and, you know, given the limited resources that we have in the FGC, the level of competition and ability that's on display is very, very impressive. And I think more organizations getting into this and facilitating even the kind of things you already see in esports, bigger esports like, you know, League, Dota, CS. They have, like, you know, coaches, training camps, they run in scrims, they're living in the same, you know, they're studying tapes, they've got coaches that are going through tapes, putting together, you know, playbooks and stuff and putting notes together on opponents. And I want to see all of that, man. I'm about excellence. We're all about excellence. Like, we love watching great players play this game. And it's always been about the greats. And I want to see more of them.
They can initiate that just by, you know, providing that support, as you mentioned. And, you know, as we've seen, they have the personalities, obviously. They're well known up in the scene. You give them that platform, they're going to be able to play. And now, we're going to get that play right now. Luke versus JP. Let's see who's going to get that victory.
Top of the pile, bro. We talk about leaders of the pack. These guys are leading the pack when it comes to this tier list discussion. Let me tell you that.
Oh, 100%. Yeah,
welcome back, Jammers.
Yeah, I was loading up the lobby. I forgot about the user codes and the what's it? I made the lobby for 3 people and I wanted to get 4 in. My maths is terrible today. Oi! That jumping was rude. Nah, that jumping was cold. That was crazy.
On the overhead to 4 out. Yeah, both these characters, I think actually Luke does a very good job of fighting this character mid-range. You've got advancing normals, you've got great fireballs, and you've got great damage when it happens. First kill to Shags.
The thing is, for me, I think about one of the things I really like about this matchup. I mainly see it through Mirka going up against Juicy Joe and Lord Venom in the Scandinavian region, Eastern Europe. It's when Luke jumps at JP. It's like, well, there you go. Whee! There you go, legit. I don't know, half the time I see Luke jump at people, they're really not ready, and JP seems to be the character that suffers the most. So
that Crouch Fierce has got a crazy hitbox, hurtbox on it as well, and the fact that Luke Jump Fierce can still beat that somehow, it's ridiculous, man. You know, we talk about Luke's dive kick that he has, that Jump Fierce, man, over and over and over again. We've seen it a few times in Street Fighter League EU already.
Cross-ups too.
Yeah, true.
Yeah, I think one of the interesting things as well about this matchup is, like, most of JP's bad matchups come from characters that are hyper mobile. Luke doesn't really have, like, a super dangerous drive rush. He doesn't really have tremendous mobility. But what he does have is he hits you like a train when he does connect.
Yeah. That is 100%
medium punch, medium punch. Yeah. He's in again, Shax. Nice and close and personal, but the reversal crouching medium punch have been coming through from 4 pills, have been putting him long range into the super level 3. Close to victory, actually.
Close to victory. You can still set up a departure after this though, and make it easy. There you go.
Fine.
Yeah. He thought a jump attack was coming down for one more mix-up even then, and Shax, because he was locked into making the decision of parrying, he was going to lose his drive gauge. He could actually put himself in burnout and then won from that 4 fields, but he got that game there. Remember, his first of 4. Sungil Lim.
Yeah, see, and that had to have been an overhead, a crouch fierce, a little bit too late. Look how much damage the character gets off just one single jump in.
Amnesia on the overhead. I don't think you can actually punish overheads that come from a drive rush when you do amnesia, or catch them anyway. Maybe in the corner you can, but mid-screen I'm not sure. Ooh, there's the drive rush cancel. Get a flash knock his way across the screen. Try to go for an empty jump low. Fills was ready.
backing off. OD actually gets the hit and sets up the departure. That's one of the best things about this character's toolkit is departure. How it locks you down on damn near any knockdown.
Oh, he's dead.
The anti-ready. Level 1.
Boy. It's interesting. It's really interesting hearing Phil's trying to state his case about JP when I see all of this. But again, that's just the benefits I see. Him converting from anywhere on screen and getting a decent amount of damage.
I don't really care about JP's walk screen. He doesn't need to be near you.
Yeah.
Anyway, like, it's irrelevant.
Like, for a game where, like, again, you've got a defensive option that it does a backdash, it's built-in backdash into the animation, and you get rewarded from that backdash correctly. I do understand the drive rush cancel on block, and you can't do amnesia, but it's like, that's a very specific, nuanced situation. That's very, very specific. And even
saw
then,
KB die to that.
Yeah, even then, you try and parry in those scenarios. And if it was a true block string, you then create the guess afterwards.
I mean, you can't argue that it's not a weakness not to have a reversal option.
Oh, of course.
And it definitely is a weakness. But the thing with JP is, like, he can just wait and commit to his guess. And if it works, as you'll see here, okay, didn't convert that into anything more. But, like, if it works, he always has that threat of doing 50, 60, 65% when he's got the resources of almost any opening.
It's like the return, like the reward, I mean, in terms of like the exchange. Like, yeah, I blocked this out, but in reverse, if I hit you with 60%, it's corner carry. Oh, damn. That crouch fierce is absolutely blessed as an anti-air. Good to see underneath the teleport or the departure.
Dude, I'm telling you, and he almost got it. No, Shax had the right idea in terms of a real optimal punish to the drive gauge, but yeah, just a tad bit too late. But no, ROI in this game is actually really huge. And this is what the guys were talking about on defense. It's like the reward you get from the defensive choices. And a lot of them, most of the time, are pretty big, but that's just how the game functions, or the system functions.
Yeah, I mean, that was one of the most fun things about watching the World Warrior Finals yesterday, was watching people making hard reads that make no sense on paper if you go by the numbers.
Yeah.
But, like, they were committing to those reads, and if they worked, all right, we're making sure we're getting the most out of it.
Here you go, spends the bar, and he's just going to set up a departure full screen as well to get Shax to back away. Sometimes when I watch Phil's play, I don't agree with him teleporting in, where after he set up a departure, when he's got a healthy life lead, he doesn't really have to overcommit and give the guy a chance to play, but he can reset Shax here and win.
I think that's literally the only thing that I watch Phil's and really think about, like his decision making.
Yeah.
It's still, I think, needs a little bit of tweaking, as this is definitely going to kill.
100%. I'm not making that mistake. Don't worry. There you go.
Yeah, deader than dead. Shax is back, but had to spend all that bar for that, so that's off the table for a little bit.
But again, has
Phil
Phil
doesn't have any bar? I don't think so.
Well, the thing is,
he's got 0.
Like, JP builds super meter at an incredible rate, faster than most characters, because again, how he functions and how his toolset works, he actually doesn't need to spend super meter in most scenarios, and he actually uses all 3 of his supers on a regular basis.
And you're continually blocking specials over and over and over again as well, right? They're always making contact.
Be a battery for that reason.
Can you imagine if they allowed you to whiff normals like back in the day, and he'd build meter at double the rate or double the speed?
Whiff Ghost? Don't give them ideas. Can someone mute jammers for that? Capcom gonna hear that and be like, this guy's spitting. He knows the game, he's spitting. Let's let him.
No, I could never balance the game. Oh, nice swipe.
Whoa! Swipe against a drive rush. He's so ready. 4 fills on game point expeditiously.
Dude, he's 3-0 up. That's crazy.
Who's got here? Took off our coats.
Go. Again, still got to watch out for that jump game from both players, actually. Nice trade there. Works out for 4 fills with the sweep. Ooh, lovely conversion into the Triglav. The spike. Going to send away a Phantom as well to push Shax full screen. Low on drive gauge once again.
I think you're always going to see Luke low on drive gauge in this matchup, because his only real tool that he can use, like, from further than mid-screen away is OD Sandblaster to get the knockdown.
Yeah.
So you're going to see a lot of that. You're going to see Luke always at 3.5, 3 bars, even before he does the low forward drive rush in. So it's like super drive rush intensive to even close the gap on JP for Luke.
Which is why the jump comes in. Yeah, there you go. Which is why the jump has such a huge effect on it. And to be fair, jumps are kind of low risk depending on the character you're fighting. Huge reward.
Boy, if he back roundhouses you out the air, then.
Oh, forward roundhouse.
Yeah, that's a little bit different. Yeah, that's gonna lean to quite a bit. Haven't seen that too consistently, but right now, for Phils.
Yeah, he can burn him out.
I'm at. Yes, sir. Side switch instead. Anti-air's right there with the crouch fears. Air throw. For Phils with the OD departure. Gets a second snap.
All right, there we go. Oh, trying to get the check as well, but the Sandblaster beats to the punch, and that could have been the game if Phils was confident in the cancel there. Shaq's gonna have to spend level 3. He will.
Oh! With plus on whip for Phils. Finds a punish counter and puts down Shax, moving on in a single Olin bracket.
All right, that was actually pretty good stuff. Solid stuff there from Phils.
Super impressive from Phils, man. You know, a number of drops there from Shax, which is unfortunate, but I think Phils looks super confident, very, very dominant in the mid-range as well. And it really highlighted how, you know, Luke's tools to try and engage with JP are very predictive based. There's not anything that's really very reliable. It's all like Hail Mary stuff, big jump ins.
Yeah.
You know, using that OD bar for the OD Sandblaster to try and hope you get a knockdown and dash behind it. There's not a lot of reliable ways for him to traverse that neutral against JP.
All right, there we go. So that was actually a good one. Apologies about that because I actually am on the Discord with the guys now to get things sorted. So that was a really good set. So Kelly, you got anything to say about that set as well?
You know, I want to agree with Logan's point about, like, there's no way to get in. You're already put in burnout and not making the most of these opportunities that were given to him. But, like, that's why Phils got the win. Also, we saw Phils talk about how he was active on defense. He wakes up with buttons. He wake up with parry and things like that if need be. Like, activity made it hard for Shax to get a read when he was in. So, Phils, all four of them moving on dominantly.
Right. Give me 1 second. If I can just get the slides changed so I can double check something for the lobby. Perfect. There you go. So yeah, let these guys have a little chat amongst themselves. I'll be back in just a sec.
Taking over. No, Jammers is doing the very thankless task of managing the lobby to make sure that these games can continue. So we have lost Shax, which for me is a bit of a surprise because Shax, I think, has been one of the most impressive players on this team in Street Fighter League so far this season. I think, you know, he's the one with the most Street Fighter League experience as well, of course, having gone to the finals with Mouse last season. He was there at Capcom Cup for the Street Fighter League World Championship Finals, and had that great performance against Pugera, didn't he?
Yeah. And Phils has been taking a little bit of a break, going back to the future. I'm sorry,
back to the stick,
back to the fives. And I didn't think that he'd be so, you know, ready to fight Luke, but he looks prim and proper, moving on. But now we have Poppy and Shivs. Poppy talking about that Chun-Li, a character that, you know, it's Pax's birthday. First of all, shouts to Pax for his birthday, but also one of the first people to recognize how strong that character was, saying she has great anti, she has great tools, and people just didn't believe until they saw Moke, Valmaster doing work. You know, you can put the tools in front of people, but they have to play it out. And after some time and grinding it out and understanding how to use this character that's more technical,
I think,
you know,
I think what Poppy said, right? I think what Poppy said, it's there's some characters that are like very, very obviously like day one strong, like Ken, straightforward, just very, very strong character. You don't need a lot of experience and nuance to get the strength out of Ken. It's very obvious what he does. I think characters like Chun-Li and Rashid take a lot more time and situational awareness to kind of unlock what they can do. But this one is going to be a cool set because it's going to be up against Jury. So here we go. Shivs on the Jury train. Tried Manon for a bit. Left that now. That's in the past.
Smart.
Yeah. Many other people have been smart as well.
But yeah, Jury, as a character, we watch that character also develop as they get better and better about meter management. That's been like one of Jack's biggest problems is meter managing and not just drive rushing forward, using the walk speed, the dashes to get in instead of just mindlessly drive rushing in. Same with Mago and many other Jury players.
Well, I do think, I've said this before, I think Jury monopolizes space really well. Drive rush does help, her fireball does help. But if it's a case of Jury players are actually burning themselves out quite rapidly, I do want to say that's a skill issue, but it's not, because I've noticed a lot of characters just commonly burn themselves out to kind of set up a good scenario for them, Cammy being one of them. So
that's the problem for Cammy players too, but you know, everyone's progressed and gotten better. Shivs as well. Crouching like Kickstarter goes for the throw instead after the 2-piece. This is the problem up in the corner. You don't have like a real throw loop, but you have that swift thrust to kind of jail them in, along with damn near many of her buttons.
that is true. That is very true. Gonna get the full conversion here. Not gonna spend level 3 just yet. Trying to get him to throw tech on defense there, but Poppy, he's assessed the situation. And he's not biting. He tried to punish there. That is -4, but again, a lot of stubby light attacks in this game. So that wasn't gonna work. We'll get the level 2. I think he'd be able to get the second part of the standing hard punch. There it is.
Punish counter. Poppy routing it back. This character being able to build up that bar with the quickness is something that y'all actually pointed out during the France premiere. Now I've been locking onto is how she's able to build up level 2 with the quickness, continuously have that throughout these rounds, and loop in that pressure, the safe jump setups, the mix-ups. But here's level 3 from the side of Shivs.
Dude,
spinning early.
Chun-Li's level 2 is such a game changer. Like, it's one of the best supers in the game for sure. The mileage she gets on it, just the potential in general is really good. And you'd be surprised because people talk about Rashid not using his level 3, but obviously you do see Chun-Li's level 3 a lot more than Rashid's, but it's the character who only really needs level 1 and level 2. There we go. It gets the turn back as well. Low on drive gauge, both in the amber here, but Shivs is trying to burn out Poppy before the other way around. That's why he did the DI.
Shivs with the lead.
Oh, good block. Somebody else, he's better, Chun-Li or Jury? It is definitely Chun-Li. It's definitely Chun-Li.
Jury not that far behind though, to be honest.
I think she was like a very good early meta character.
100%.
Again, like very, you know, Route 1, very obvious what she does. Here's my game. It's up to you to deal with it. And then eventually people do deal with it. Chun-Li a lot less obvious.
I do think Jury she's linear in her approach, but it's efficient. And I think she's very good. One of the better characters that's sticking to you like white on rice. I really do think that. About the character, but like you said, over time, people have understood what it is because it doesn't vary as much as you'd expect it to. So
I've also not seen as much like development of level 2 from her as a lot of the other level 2s in the game.
Okay.
It seems to be just like a lot more focus on level 1 and level 3.
Yeah.
Especially like how good her level 3 is, like the non-critical art version, getting like very good Oki after it. So you're seeing a lot of the Jury players just sitting and waiting until level 3. But I think there's a lot still to be explored in terms of how to strategy to deploy that level 2 and what you can get out of it, I think.
But it's interesting that you bring up about the supers, right? Because it's interesting about what characters don't need a specific super. So some characters don't need their level 2, like Drew, as opposed to some characters who don't really need their level 3, and you get level 2 way quicker than the level 3. So
yeah, of course. I think, you know, you want to be in a position like Blanca, for example, where every single super does something useful.
And JP as well, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, JP's got a fantastic suite of them, and he really needs them a lot because having no reversal is a big deal. But yeah, I think Blanca's in a great position with that. That's kind of like the dream. You want, like, let me just tag some damage on with a level 1. Let me mix you the hell up with a install level 2, and let me make sure I get the kill with this level 3. And that's kind of all you need, really.
True. Lovely DI there. Miscalculation on spacing there for Shivs, but Poppy gets the DI conversion until Shivs wakes up with a level 1, so he knew that he was in trouble, and his options were limited.
Okay, nice.
Too obvious.
It was kind of a low-hanging fruit, so people do kind of take that.
It's like, you won't do it. Of course. And they do it. Countering conversion. The 2-piece coming through for the side of Shivs. Closer and closer to that game point situation. Wrinkle kicks, the follow up the drive rush right after it. Shivs take the time to stock up whenever need be to get these further extensions with this character, and I like that
Shivs is playing really disrespectfully. He's pressing buttons on plus frames. Like, he's just mashing DPs through strings.
Do you know what? Like, Shivs as a player over the years has significantly improved. I think the biggest element about his gameplay that's improved is when he knows when to be disrespectful. Like, he knows when to do that because he understands the situation.
That's twice. Nah, he's
level 2. Yeah.
There we go. All right, let's see what the mix is.
Set up a safe jump, basically. That's what the whole thing. Safe jump.
Yeah. Pressure's on. Poppy getting chipped out. Closer and closer. Shivs walks back, lands a drive impact, and that's that. The pinwheel follow-up.
What was interesting as well, watching FAV Cup as well as the Japan CPT, is when guys are in burnout, that's when those guys really let the drive impact loose. That they don't care about what the scenario is. You just got to deal with the drive impact. So it's like Shivs has adopted that mentality as well.
Not 2 clean sweeps in our first round games. Come on, guys.
Some of the men who just woke up, so I forgot who. See,
James,
the drive impact again. Oh,
you should play fresh out of bed more often.
Yeah, really. Take a nap right before tournament. Is that the strat?
Hey, listen, Divers did that back in the day. Some people still do that today.
In the middle of the tournament.
What?
On a bench somewhere.
You're not old school if you've never had to go and wake Daigo up for his pools. Like.
Oh, he almost stunned him. Literally a pixel away from the wall there. Was that DI from Shivs? I think he's got to spend level 2 here, Poppy. No, he's not going to.
Is he overhead? Drive impact right back? Okay. Yeah, you've had enough of that.
To be fair, I think Shivs got a bit too comfortable. He was abusing him when Poppy was in a burnout state, and he said, I'll just try and get him anyway. Because he pointed with a reset before. And resets are pretty damn powerful in this game because of how much you have to focus on and allocate your brain power to.
Yeah.
It's a level 3.
Bad lead up in the corner. Talked about that Oki. Nice and close. Give me another drive impact. Just one more.
I mean, he's low on drive gauge, so why not? Wake up drive impact would make so much sense here from Shivs, but needs to be close to do it. Ooh, he's got to do level 3. Has to, surely. There it is.
So now that's So10?
That should burn him out just about, because you got to be very careful. That might be the game, actually. Yeah, pick your poison. I can't get better at doing that. I'm looking at burnout when the combo can actually just win the game, and vice versa. It's hard to keep up with everything.
No blowouts.
True.
Fighting back. But this could mean that Shivs like pulls back a little bit and stops the disrespect, peppers it in, and then it's a different look here for Poppy to have to adjust to. Lightning legs as a wake-up option, one of the best in the business. You get so much off a punish counter, so much reward in terms of corner carry. There's an overhead, once again, that you pointed out.
See, and what's really good about that one is that's the meterless anti-throw tool. The other ones are, you have to use meter. Cammy's got to do it. I think Jamie's got to really use his EX dive kick to get any sort of mileage from it as well. So,
Well, they can, but it's a risk.
Yeah. All right, there you go. Can get the conversion here. He was waiting for that counter hit from the light punch there. Didn't quite get it. Burnt out here. So Shivs can burn him out, and he gets the grab.
The fireball, yeah, at that distance, can't hit the drive impact.
Damn, really good stuff here. All right, lightning legs there. Take him across the screen. Just waiting there, Shivs, before he pounces in with the jump. Poppy has to wait for his drive gauge to replenish a little bit before he goes in for the drive rush cancel conversion. But in the process, he gets hit. There it is.
I like more of these close range fireballs. They've been stopping the dash ups, the drive rushes, eating through the armor as we saw previously against the drive impact, making Shivs really rethink his approach, and now going to the air.
Well, remember, Poppy did say when you put a fireball on screen, kind of just slows things down, right? It's just things come to a halt. And it's very good. Once you put something, a third party on screen, as you say, things do come to a halt. And that will be level 3 to make things.
I really like
3-2.
how Poppy has started choosing to not anti-air sometimes, because you'll notice that Shivs jumps at him and does the super late dive kick.
Yeah.
Looking for that Tensho up kicks to come out. So that round, literally 3 jump-ins back-to-back. The first one he did the Tensho as a normal jump-in. The second one, Poppy just happily just blocked a normal jump-in. The third time, you saw Shivs try and dive kick, and he got punished for it, so it was too high. But nice stuff from Popey. Just varying it up a little bit.
Of course, and like Jury's got a dive kick that it can be made unsafe depending on how close you are. So like allowing the jump in to happen, it does make a lot of sense. You are giving up a bit of drive gauge in the process because if he does a regular jump, you do anti-air. It's a heavy attack, so he does like half a stock. So
it's definitely like a hard read, but
100%.
This game is so much about reads.
I think Street Fighter over the years has changed from systematic mechanical reads, or the system will save you, as opposed to like now it's purely hard reads now. There's a strength and depth in the system, but it's like, no, this will work, or you'll be heavily rewarded when you do get that hard read. This game, there's an overabundance of it, I should say.
Yeah, really.
It's not a
It's on
bad
set
thing.
point now. No, it's a different sort of taste, you know, which I think is okay, and will be adjusted into things better off, I hope. But right now, I think it's fine. Shiv's also fine right now. Again, set point.
I think there's a lot more like player development to do before you reach the limits of where this game is now. You know, it doesn't need something. It doesn't need huge tweaks.
No. Oh, that's it.
But this level 3 is
Level
going to be huge. Should close it out, and that should be the end of the set.
Yep. There you have it. Not a clean sweep there. It will be 4-2 to Shivs, taking out Poppy in this single elimination, which means we'll get Shivs going up against 4Phils in the final there to determine a winner of today's exhibition. But again, really good back and forth between those guys. That was a matchup I saw a fair bit in the early days. I don't see it as much anymore. I think it's more because you don't see more of Jury, and we've kind of not fine-tuned. We found who the dedicated Chun-Li players are, so I guess I've seen more of those guys as opposed to just anyone playing Jury. There's a really strong Chinese Jury player. I keep forgetting his name. I keep forgetting his name.
No,
Bro, when are they going to force the Chinese players to play on like YouTube and Twitch? They have to rebroadcast
you know
those. Surely
like
that's
Goku
like
or something?
surely that's a disadvantage.
No.
It must be like for the rest of the world because they're playing in secret.
And we don't know.
Do you know what I mean?
No, do you know what? He's brought up a very fair point, because when we actually do want to look, we can't find them, and out of nowhere they're super good.
Like how much of Zhen's play did you get to see before Capcom Cup?
The 2 tournaments we did for the one thing.
That's it. Like, let me tell you, when DCQ turns up to Capcom Cup this year and smokes everybody, don't tell you I didn't warn you.
What me and you were talking about yesterday?
Better get that Billy account, bro.
Anyway, there may be a lot of
Capcom, we need to make sure that these events are obligatory restreamed and put up on that Capcom Fighters YouTube.
Sorry, Logan, this is deep in Logan's feelings, because he has got a point. And at Capcom Cup, there may be a capital exchanged. I'm going to put it the nice way. There may be capital exchanged. Anyway, right, this is what it's looking like right now. So the final single elimination we'll have for this tournament will be 4Phils going up against Shivs. I need to run off and get this set up, but guys, I'll leave it to you to break it down before we jump into it. So all you go.
It is going to be JP against Jury, and this one is going to be all about cat and mouse. Is Shivs going to be able to drive rush his way in past the obstacle course that the 4Phils is setting up? That's going to be the big question here.
It's difficult because it's not just about the ghost. Obviously, she can get through that with drive rush, medium punch, and her other bless button. She's got the dive kick too as well. Call out, but when it works, she's in close to get and apply that pressure. But you have to worry about like crouching medium punch, staying fierce from this character. Crouching medium punch especially counters so much in terms of drive rush. Disjointed leads into so much for the character overall. We see this matchup also in the last episode of Street Fighter League EU. I just watched that before coming into this and saw that 40 baller come through on both sides for both players. So we'll see if they have that knowledge. They obviously have the knowledge of that matchup as shown, but I want to see what happens when they play each other on a first of 4 sort of situation.
Yeah, this isn't going to be gimmicks. This is going to be, you know, one fairly first of 4, slightly more extended set. So, you know, you're going to have to put together an impressive run here. Both these guys putting up big results already today. I think, you know, the way that the 4Phils, you know, swept that, I was very, very surprised. You know, Shax, as I said, is one of the strongest, most experienced players on this squad. So that's a big result for the 4Phils. But, you know, he's been coming into form on Street Fighter League recently. maybe it's just the joy of rediscovering, playing Street Fighter 5, taking some time away from Street Fighter 6. You always see that, man. You take a bit of time away, you come back to the same problems, and maybe your mind just has different solutions to them. It's just been fermenting in the back of your head, and you come back to it with a different outlook. We'll see now.
You gotta imagine these players play 8 hours a day with the great net code. You're gonna see those issues in the boils and things like that come up a lot quicker. You're gonna be a lot more annoyed. So taking that break definitely looks like it has helped out the 4 fills, but Shiv's going back to how he was playing previously. His bar usage was so good in terms of always having drive gauge. He's gonna need that right now because this character puts you in burnout. He's a bear in a burnout, of course.
Do you know what, as well, that I find interesting about Shivs is where he chooses to be disrespectful. It's where
he was so disrespectful. He pressed on every drive rush button. Every drive rush button that was plus, he was pressing jab straight away.
Well, I mean, even then, right? It's like who he chooses to be disrespectful in what environment. Because, we're having a single elimination tournament here. I guess he understands the stakes. But I'd like to see more of this disrespect in real competitive play when he's playing in CBTs and stuff. That would be really cool. That's going to be the round, though. Disrespect does get punished, so
yes,
let's not forget about that.
Yeah, I mean, that's the thing about it. It's not a stable win condition. You can't repeat it. They're all risks, and with great risks come great punishments.
All right, trying to bust that overhead, got countered. Now for Phil's the first lead. OD Pierce this time sets it apart. Trevor's too far for the throw. I feel like he's missed that more often than not recently.
And sometimes you do get miscalculations on your drive rush distance and the frame advantage it comes with. So
there's that buffered crouch medium.
I guess this is right. Come on, Grab tried to be sneaky with it. Didn't quite work out, but he'll get the round anyway. Now I know that Command Grab has a ton of recovery. Some characters can get it from full screen, but not in that scenario there for Shivs, unfortunately.
Ooh. Morphils get swept off the feet.
Do you know,
they just went for a reset. All right.
I was thinking about this earlier today. When it comes to punish counters, when you're looking to when you land a punish counter, I think there should be a consistency across the board for normals, kind of like how there is for the supers. So level 1s take half a bar, level 2s take 1 stock, and then level 3s take a bar and a half. I think there should be some consistency when you land a punish counter normal across the board as well. I think some normals
scaling up with heavier, or just they all do the same?
Because there's some normals where if you land them as a punish counter, they take away 1 stock, but then other heavies, they'll take 0.7 or 7.5.
Okay.
I think there should be consistency across the board in that regard, if that makes sense. I was thinking about it earlier today.
Which way would you like the consistency to swing?
So it's
more conservative, or all of them taking a bar away?
I think all of them should take a bar away, but no, all the heavies. If you whiff punish or land the heavy as a punish counter.
So that's like your standardized, air quotes, crush counter.
Yeah,
situation.
And if you land the punish counter medium, it takes half a stock or something, and then lights, they take away just a slither or something.
That might help to, stem down some of the pressure you have from those top tiers, because a lot of their
just me.
Because punish counter with the stand fierce off of JP and things like that. I'd have to look at across the board, but first glance don't look that bad.
I get I was thinking about it because again, I'm looking at whiff punishing scenarios and watching people throw out heavies with no risks, jump ins and stuff as well, punishing reversals. Again, it's just a thought I had earlier today. I'd really to go into all the normals and think, okay, maybe I need to backtrack or backpedal on my idea, but
there's so many mechanics in this game though. I see a lot of people propose changes and
they don't think about
far-reaching. Yeah, I mean, like Shax mentioned, he wants drive rushes to be 2 bars, right? Now that makes sense when you're like DJ or Jury or even Luke, who does back roundhouse punish counter and drive rushes behind it. It does a million damage.
That kills.
But exactly, or even Ryu, even Ryu getting punish counter roundhouse, he should be able to dash behind that. That guy should do damage. He doesn't do anything else, I think for me, we need more instance by instance changes.
That's very specific.
We know, but we're only doing it once a year.
True.
Like, pour your time into doing that once
Yeah,
again.
you know, they have the
Like,
data.
If the issue is like, oh man, like DJ and Ken and Jury, like they're drive rushing at me and I can't, or Guile, I can't do anything. Oh, all right. Make their drive rushes a little bit worse, because you don't need to do it to Manon and Geef. Like Geef having to pay 2 bars to drive rush is a madness.
Yeah, it's a madness. He's already an exorbitant character as it is, so it don't make no sense.
He needs all the help he can get.
Ooh, that was a sick anti.
See if this level 3 helps Shivs though.
I mean, yeah, that was a good level 2. I do like when Phils uses level 2 to get out of a scenario. That is really cool. Unfortunately, he didn't get any reward
Like for
from that.
defense at
He
all.
didn't do that enough on Sunday.
Yes, I agree. Cole, if you watched all of it, there were some
Needs more
instances
level
where
2s.
me and Logan and Sengan actually were talking about Phils' level 2 usage. Like, he could have used it to burn the opponent out in certain situations, and there was other scenarios where like, it would have made so much sense to use it, but he just didn't.
Has he been like that throughout the entire league? Like just low on the level 2 usage overall?
Sort of, yeah. I'll definitely agree with that. I'd love to ask him actually how he views level 2, to be honest. I think that's a case by case basis. I really had to ask the JP player. He's about to get perfect here before the commentator's curse. Did he get it? He did.
Punish.
That's right. You
More
check the drive gauge
steady.
before the health gauge. So.
What's that game point?
Let's check. Just waiting there. Yeah, he was waiting for a drive rush, but he didn't know when it was coming. And when you're holding the parry into the drive rush, I see that catch a lot more people off guard these days. Maybe not at the top level, but I see holding the parry into drive rush really throws people off.
You're like delaying, so it's like, well, they're just gonna let loose and then maybe dash up and do something different.
Yeah, and if you're not already committed to a fireball already, then like it can be pretty hard to be fixated on. So.
These dive kicks are not working out. Shivs. Phils is blocking like a pack of Legos. This is looking terrible. Okay, he also has a fat bar at the bottom.
He's just gonna wait
Use it
to
for defense
lay.
again.
Oh, that was unfortunate there. Can he burn him out? I thought she was gonna try and burn him out there, but he got the burn out regardless. He can look for a DI. He might have to just do a raw DI, to be honest.
A nice interruption on the departure.
Why pick up snap?
Oh, made him flinch. What are you standing up for? But he's got the level 3.
They're both
still there.
Dash up DP. Anti is ready. And he waits for just a little bit to get that cross up DP. The backboard. Phils, you got that bar at the bottom. I need to see it being used real soon.
Wait.
Can't take it with you. Level 3 through the gap.
Keep that shit tight.
Knowledge check.
No gaps for you.
Yeah. There you go. Back throw. Drive rush in. Try and close this out there. Make it to a piece. Oh, he spends level 3. Okay, so this is going to put him full screen, I believe. And he can set up the heavy EX departure. But I feel he might, if he sets it up, he might teleport in. No, he's going to do the heavy one.
It's normal. No OD.
Okay. Oh, what
Down,
a
baits out the OD.
So yeah, right
Yeah,
there.
Shivs.
When he lands that, Logan, in a situation like that, if you just press heavy, it takes away a bar. Like if you just press heavy. And that'd be like a universal thing for heavies.
So you want JP to be doing like -4 bar punish counter combos?
Listen, sometimes that will happen, man. Obviously, the reward will be on a case-by-case basis.
Wait a minute, now Ken? Oh, let me find out staying fierce we can get even better.
Maybe. But no, Logan's talking about if the guy had level 2 and then
if they had level 2.
the double drive impact combo sequence, then that would be crazy.
Oh, that's what you mean, the follow-up with the gas sequence. Okay, yeah. Okay, no, don't do that. Don't do that. Never mind. If it don't help Ken and it don't help, you know.
Yeah, I mean, maybe Ken could get a stagger state punish counter fierce, yeah?
Got to take away that stand roundhouse state then.
No, because that's a launcher.
leave it.
You know what I mean?
That's still a good punish counter.
I got to run behind that.
And you have no problem doing that.
I'm with Logan on this.
Of course you are.
I'll give that up. What? I get grounded, stand fierce, punish counter, and I can just drive rush behind it. Yeah, cool.
I mean, Gal
I'm
does
good. I'm good. I'll take that trade today. I'll take that right now.
Yeah.
Oh man. Nice job.
Phil's about to take this. Yeah.
Whoa.
Jumps in again. Oh, anti-air. Shivs. The crouch feet.
Someone time out. Deli Ninja can't be saying them things in the chat. I'm not going to have such offensive language in the chat.
It's a forward throw and tries to bait an amnesia of some sorts. They didn't quite work out there for Shivs. Now he's trapped in the corner. Phils can build his level 2 in time, actually. If he does the target combo, he can get level 2 from it, but he didn't. Almost burnout. Oh, he tried to hold up.
More hit. That bar.
Oi!
Dash up amnesia.
Okay, I like his choice.
4 fills.
He's going to hold it, though. Wow.
Yeah. Oh, where was the pickup?
Drop reversal.
See-
And a follow-up. That would have been a clip. 4
Wow.
fills. But still, that's it. 4 fills is your output of the Wolves. Oh!
Just realised you set this up. It's first to 4.
Yeah, we did.
Those 4 fills was going to win it.
It was rigged.
He
We
pulls
didn't
out
tell
the
you.
extra fill every time he has a game.
We didn't
They
tell
just
you.
like
Be
the
the first to
fills.
4. How could he not be the first to 4?
It was rigged from the jump. Logan exposed us all. I'm so sorry that we didn't tell you. It's ripped off script. I've got it here. I've got the tablet here with the script in front, so I can't tell you exactly what it is. But no, honestly, props to 4 Phils. Came out, showed up, and this is the thing, right? He done it in that sequence there. I really like the way he utilized or creatively sets up level 2, but he does it when the guy's got drive gauge, so they just hold parry. And I don't know what reward he's trying to get out of it, but the way he sets it up was really cool. Because look what he did: dash in, amnesia. That's already the most brazen read I've ever seen. And then from that, it just goes, all right, deal with it with my layered level 2 on top of that. I like that. Not many people do that. But other guys just go, right, I'll wait for you in burnout, and then you can suffer, whether it's in silence or not. But no, that was well played. All right, so Phils has won that. What we are going to do is take a short break. When we come back, we're going to have all the players in the chat again, talk about some of those matches and some closing SF6 questions. And then we're going to have our special guest come on after that. So we'll see you guys in a couple of minutes. All right, everyone, and welcome back to tonight's episode of Sets. It is a special with the SFL EU team, Team Wolves, with our guests as well, Logan, Sama, and St. Coda. Thank you very much for joining us tonight on the show. We got all 4 players back. We have 4 Phil's reigning champion here, so congratulations to 4 Phil's tonight. Thank you very much for all the players for participating. We've got post-match interview, couple of questions here before we let you guys go for the rest of your evening or night, wherever you are. Phils, I got to ask you this question. I've had it since yesterday. Me and Logan were talking about it. I just want to hear it from the horse's mouth. I just want to hear how do you view JP's level 2? Because I do find your decision-making regarding it a bit, it's different from the rest. So do you mind walking me through how you view JP's level 2?
Yeah, I think JP's level 2 is obviously one of the best level 2s in the game. I think it's a bit of a jack of all trades where you can use it to potentially extend pressure. Let's give you a scenario here. You do his target combo, roundhouse into heavy punch, and you may not have drive gauge to spend for EX Fireball for close range. You would use his level 2 to extend and potentially go for a mix-up from then.
Okay.
Then another scenario would be if you're struggling to close out a round, you would put them in a level 2, gel them, and potentially get a final hit because they're in a guess situation. So it's really, you just use it wherever you feel it suits the scenario.
Okay. I could definitely understand that. Because again, when we watched you play in the regional final yesterday, there were a few scenarios where we felt you should have used it, but you didn't. But today, it looked like a completely different change. And there were scenarios where you did use it and it looked pretty cool. I think what you did against Shivs, again, that was the highlight or the pinnacle of audacity. You dashed in his face, did amnesia, he actually reacted, and then you did level 2 layered on top of that. Was that something you practiced, or was that just...
Criminal.
Yeah, well, it was. But was that improvised? Was that something you've done before?
It's definitely something I've done before, but it's more so a player thing. Me and Shivs play all the time. I say me and Shivs have probably played the most against each other than I've played anyone else since Street Fighter 6 and 5. So I pretty much knew he was going to check that dash because he has good dash checks and checks in general. But I think that was kind of guaranteed in that situation. And I hadn't done it the entire set.
True. No, there's always that to consider as well. No, I do respect that. That's true. Right. Shivs, I've got to ask you now. Because you look like you had a delightful time playing today. I mean, what was it? Just a good day today? Is Monday a good day? Is Tuesday a bad day? Talk to me.
I feel blessed today, honestly. I do. I really do. Until Johan Petrovic came along, then I wasn't feeling too blessed anymore at that point.
I mean, what is it for you? Do you know what it is? What is it for you? Because sometimes I feel you are a very, very strong player, but sometimes it's like, is it just your motivation? Is it the mood of the day that will get the best out of you? Because I know you can be consistent, but sometimes I feel it's depending on your mood.
Yeah, honestly, with me, sometimes I wake up and I'm feeling really good. I feel like I'm unstoppable, and then sometimes I wake up and I'm like, man, gotta struggle for it today. So yeah, it's just about fixing that for me.
Okay, fair. That's interesting. And Poppy, there's something I've been dying to ask you about Chun-Li, because I really like your take on Chun-Li. And Logan noticed this as well, actually. So I guess I'll ask you this for my initial question. When you were fighting Shivs, when he was jumping at you and doing the delayed dive kicks for your Tensho kicks anti, and then you allowed him to jump at you, is that something you noticed that a lot of people do against Chun-Li? They try to bait the up kicks anti-air as opposed to maybe a stand medium kick one, and you will risk allowing them to jump in to kind of get the necessary data to change your anti-air game after that? Or is it just something you just react to on the fly?
No, usually I react on the fly. So I think what Shivs did like incredible good is that he jumps. So he jumps at ranges where, like, if I do the heavy one, I will go like further forward. But if he delays and I do the heavy, it will beat it. But he jumps like at the angle where he can delay, and then if I do like the medium Tensho, he will beat it out. Like there's just like a certain timing, and he did it really good. Usually you can air throw there with Chun. Like I said, she has so many options, and I just didn't do it. So props to him, man. He played really good.
Okay. Well, now my next question. This is more about I guess because I've seen you use Modern Chun the most. I think you're probably one of the few players that have used a modern type character at the highest level the most. Do you think there's a place for modern controls in this game in the future? Or do you think they should get rid of that? Do you think they should just purely stick to classic controls? I want to ask Poppy first, but I might open this one to the floor. So talk to me. Do you think modern should go, or do you think it should stay?
I think it should stay because while it is very strong at high level, I do believe that some newer players that haven't like touched the game or any fighting games, they can get used to that. You can feel kind of like comfortable, and if they want to like dive into deeper, they could like switch to classic. Obviously, in high level, some characters like Chun, for example, Marisa, Luke, he's good with that as well. They are stronger with it, and I think with Chun you can probably play some matchups with modern. I haven't like really figured out which one, since classic is just that good. Like you lose a lot of safe jumps, you lose a lot of like standing hard kick, standing medium kick, but you get like instant DP and instant super. And I know like these guys when they played me before, they would whiff something and I would do like instant super, like as a whiff punish. So I think that's like really strong, and obviously you guys have seen it as well. Like who was it? I can't remember. There's like a Japanese Luke player.
Haitani.
Yeah.
Tachikawa's the Luke.
Yeah. He does it like, it's same thing with Haitani. Obviously with Haitani, he does like a whiff punish level 3.
Yeah.
So it's like an extra layer in that sense. So I think they should keep it. I think they should. It's really good though. It's really, really good.
I think it's super well balanced because, like you said, you give up so many of her tools that make her stable. Do you know what I mean? Like if you're giving up the stance cancel, you're giving up a lot of the safe jumps, and that means she has to really change the way that she pressures in the corner, and it puts a lot more risk involved. Because I think one of the things that is really strong about Chun-Li is she manages to navigate a lot of the variants introduced by like perfect parry on wake up because of the safe jumps.
Okay.
Yeah.
So when you lose that, you have to just play the same game as a lot of the other characters are when they're pressuring you, and you can't kind of just freely not worry about suddenly just getting put back into the corner for running your offense. And there's lots of other things she gives up as well, like the heavy kick, that damage you can get off that is ludicrous as well. So she struggles to put up a big amount of damage in modern, not just because of the scaling, but because of losing a lot of the stance cancels and some of the normals she needs as well. But it's interesting that it's there as a tool, and I think that it being in the game as like a variation of the character that you might want to counter pick with, I think is great, and I wish they made it a little bit more viable for other characters in the game, because I would like to see it open up more as like an alternate way of playing the character at a competitive level that works in specific situations. And I think the way that it's done with Chun is very good, because you give up a lot, whereas Luke doesn't really give up as much, I don't think.
I mean, Chun is actually a good, sort of looking for. She's a good barometer to find out like what good characters within classic and probably modern as well. You could definitely argue modern. But speaking of good characters, Shax, I always love asking you this question. You only pick good characters. You don't have this unnatural allegiance to losers. You strictly pick but good characters. So in Street Fighter 6, in your opinion, what makes a good character?
For me personally, I just kind of look up their matchup spread, like how many characters they lose to, right? If there's like, for me, there's like a thing where if it's more than 3 or 4 characters, I'm not gonna play that character, right? So like, I kind of look at their matchup spread, I look at their tools, if they have a reversal, it's also very important for me. I'm not really that type of player to play a character without a reversal. As a main, I look at their anti-airs, they gotta have a solid anti-airs, good Oki as well. If you can maintain pressure, that's very important in a game like this. And also good damage output as well. I like characters with huge burst damage. That's very important to me.
Interesting. I like that. Now, there's something I do want to ask the 4 of you. I'll get Shiv's opinion on this first because me and him do talk about this specific sport the most.
Sure.
Shivs, do you think more football teams should have some sort of involvement in fighting games?
To be honest, I would love to see football teams getting involved in fighting games, esports in general. It would be very cool to have. So yeah, that's my answer to that. I don't know how logistic that is, but it would be really nice to see.
Okay. And then, of course, I like, at least from the promo videos, the kit that they gave you guys, and the camaraderie you guys built over Street Fighter League. Make sure you tune into that every Friday, 7 p.m. UK time. Quick plug-in. It looks like you guys had a lot of fun, and again, I'm jealous that all of you got to step on the football stadium there. Poppy, what about you? Do you think more football teams should be involved in esports or fighting games in general? I think that'd be a really good look, don't you think?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, I do think fighting game brings something like very special to the screen. There's a lot of expression, which and this is coming from someone that, by the way, works at the eSport lab. I've seen like Dota, Counter-Strike, but when you see like fighting games and you start to like scratch the surface, like, okay, it's only combos and stuff. But once you delve into deeper and you understand like the psychological parts, it becomes way more fun. And being able to play in SFL for me was a very special moment. I just returned back to the scene.
Yes.
And see how everything has changed compared to where I started. I was there's a lot of reflecting. Shout out to F Word. We talked about this a lot. And I definitely think like more football teams should like invest in this, because there's just so much that this like fighting games in general, and especially Street Fighter, shows. There's a lot of expression in this game, and I think it's just gonna get better.
We don't have that in the US, to be honest. So y'all are blessed to have that over in the EU side of things. Like in the US, me and Logan were talking about this. That's not really a thing that we have commonly, and we'd like to see that over here. And it's great that y'all are leading by example. Shout out to Wolves for doing that, and many other teams for diving into the esports scene and the FGC just in general.
No, that's true. I can't remember who I mentioned it to. It might have been Ringe. No, I don't think it was Logan. I definitely mentioned to someone. I said, well, look, imagine if the NBA dipped their hands into just getting one or two players. They got the money to do it. They definitely could do it. But Phils, what about you? Do you think football teams should be more invested into esports in general, or?
I think it would definitely be a good thing, especially with the fact that esports in general right now is being very modernized, which is a good thing. You've got colleges now, maybe not all, but there's certain colleges now you can pick esports as a subject, get a degree, go to uni if you want to study further esports.
That was crazy. You couldn't do that 10 years ago.
Yeah, it's absolutely insane. I've only seen it recently myself. But the fact that esports have been modernized nowadays is very good, and I don't think it should be just limited to the education system. It could also be sports. So football teams, whether it's any other sport as well. I think it'd be good to dabble with esports.
Nice. And Shax, what about you? Do you think they should do it, or just no?
I think they should. It's pretty cool to have that. Like a football team. Being a part of the whole esports scene is pretty good.
Yeah, Shax, I wanna ask you as well, because you've been involved in a number of different organisations, right? You've been sponsored several times before, represented a couple of different teams across team events, be it SFL or Gfinity. What's like the difference been working with Wolves as an organisation compared to any of the other teams that you've worked with? Because obviously they have the benefit of being a huge organisation that have a lot of experience in dealing with players, but also they're quite new in the space as well. They won't have a lot of the experience.
Yeah.
What's your experience been like compared to like some of the other organisations you've worked with?
I feel like with Wolves, they're very like big on like social media and like advertisement. I feel like with the orgs I've been in before, they weren't too keen on that, and they weren't really putting out posts every week, showcasing the players, making like little clips here and there. And I think Wolves are really good at doing that. Like putting the players, like giving them the spotlight and stuff. I think they're really good at, promoting their players and being really good on social media. So I think that's the biggest thing to take away from being a part of Wolves. They're very, very supportive in that term.
Interesting. Just to kind of bounce off of that question from Logan, this is for, I guess, the four of you. We'll start with Shivs first. Shivs, did your self-promotion, did it get better being a part of Wolves, or is it kind of like the same? I was already doing it before I joined them.
To be honest, I think having a social media manager, and Ollie has been amazing for this, has helped me to understand the way that you should phrase things, how to sort of put your posts in a good context and the good timings and stuff to put out posts. They are very good at helping you to improve your social image, I think.
Okay, no, that's pretty good. Poppy, what about you? Has your social media game been up? Have you been getting those clickbaits in ever since joining Wolves, or has it kind of been the same for you?
No. I definitely think so. I mean, again, I'm starting to understand like how it works, and I learned a lot from being in this team, and talking to our manager. She's wonderful, great. She really takes care of us players. She flew down, to just support us when we're at Street Fighter League, which was great. Haven't seen like somebody put so much effort, and heart, and also like learning, as Chips was saying, Ollie, like talking about timings, when you want to post things, how you want to do it, what words you want to say, and stuff like that. So there's definitely I did get some clickbaits and followers from it, definitely.
And I bet you any money. So whoever Phenom's paying is doing a wonderful job, and their wallet's probably fat because he's worked it out.
This engagement is insane.
He's worked it out, mate. Phils, what about you? Has your social media game leveled up since joining Wolves, or?
There's definitely been improvements on like all social medias. Being on a team like Wolves, you automatically going to have a fresh set of eyes on you. People that may not have discovered you before, they will definitely be able to find you a lot easier now. And also, it just amplifies the level of respect or seriousness that people have towards your profession, because they see you attached to a big team like Wolves. So it definitely does help a lot.
Okay, I like that. And Shax, what about you? Has your Instagram blown up since joining Wolves?
Instagram, I'm not really posting on that much, but Twitter, no, 100%. Like, I'm seeing new engagement. I'm seeing even like followers who aren't even interested in fighting games. They, Wolves put out a tweet and they tag us, and people are following and interacting with my tweets. So no, it's definitely been helping out the Twitter 100%, or X, did I say? Sorry.
Don't worry, Elon Musk isn't here. He's not
Twitter still.
You're
Twitter, fine.
It's Twitter to us.
You say
still.
Twitter.
Nah, 100%. All right, Cole, have you got any question or one more question or two you want to ask them before? Because we are short on time.
Yeah, just a quick question. Let's keep it as honest as possible.
Damn.
You are top players, okay? I want to know from each of you, what's one thing you need to work on as a player? Me and Logan all three of us were talking about how players need to be better at Street Fighter 6 just in general before we start making these drastic changes. And I want to know, as you top players, like what's something that you need to change about yourself or your play style to be a better player? Shax, start with you.
Okay, I think with me, it's probably my defensive habits. I tend to just, go for I need to start mixing up my defense a bit more, not being too predictable, and also playing more of a reactive game. I feel like I'm not checking as many things as I should be. I know it's really hard to do in this game, but if I'm focused on one thing, like let's say anti-airing, I'm only looking for jumps, so then I'm prone to get hit by like a drive rush grab or something, So I don't know how hard that is to be ready for everything in this game, but I definitely noticed that with myself. If I'm only looking for one thing, then I'm open up to like a lot of the other options that are in the game.
All right, Phils, what about you? What's something you need to work on as a player?
I need to work on being able to play characters I don't enjoy at a high level, because there always comes a time where there may be the character you enjoy gets nerfed, or you don't like anybody in the cast, but your profession is to compete at a high level, so you still need to have a character ready, tournament ready. And I'm not the best currently at picking up a character I do not enjoy but for the sake of competition, making them work. Usually, I need to gel with my character to an extent to be able to be fully fledged out.
So he definitely needs to bring that or improve that business savvy mindset. It sounds like he's removed the personal feelings and now he just needs to get more on the business end of things. No, I respect that. Shivs, what about you? What do you need to improve? I can take a wild guess, but
I would say a bit like Phil's with the character thing. I really struggle to play the characters I don't enjoy, even if I think they're very strong. But also I think the mental side of the game and not getting tilted while playing, which is something I've gotten a lot better at recently, but yeah, it still needs work.
Okay, and Poppy, what about you? What do you need to improve on as a player, do you reckon?
To be honest, I think maybe like my defensive options, but I'm a very like honest and open guy. So when I came back and I was playing this game, my first thought was, I'm not gonna catch like instantly all the top players, since I need to de-rust. I need to get like ready for like the tournament nerves again. So my plan was actually to learn all the characters, or like take them to master, because that's what I did in Street Fighter 4. And from there, I got like another understanding, like another nuance, which were like my strengths and weaknesses.
Yeah.
So I always thought about this, I always play for the long run, and I always think about, okay, what can I improve? But I definitely agree with, Shaq's thing, like some defensive options, or stuff that I need to work on. Some maybe some other angles, or understanding some other buttons. For instance, when I played against Shivs, which I was really happy about, because he was doing what I told him like months. He was doing like is it standing fair Shivs? The double kick.
Forward heavy punch.
Oh, forward heavy punch. Yeah.
We talked about it so much, and he was doing it. And I was happy because he knows that I can react and whiff punish to this. But I told him like it's hard because sometimes the second hit clips you. So I need to understand like what ranges against certain matchups and what buttons I can use. Stuff like that.
That's definitely very, very specific. I like that. I love these answers from all of you. Right, we've got time for one last question. Before I hit them, Logan, is there anything you want to say to the guys before I hit with my final question?
I'm not sure how much of the various different Street Fighter leagues you've seen this year. Obviously been entirely focused on Europe, but if you have managed to catch any of Japan and North America, which do you think is the strongest Street Fighter league this year, and why?
Okay, let's get Shax's answer on that first.
The strongest Street Fighter league, I'd say probably NA. I'd say NA because it's a mix of international players. You got the Chinese players in there as well. You have the birds in there. Like the competition, I feel like is much harder, and some of the teams are just like stacked. It shouldn't even be allowed. Like Punk's team, like the birds, Punk and it's nephew, right? Yeah, nephew the fourth. Yeah. And you have, there's so many strong players. Mena's team, Mena, Kava, Christie. Like, I feel like the teams there are just like, they just sound a lot more threatening compared to the other leagues.
Logan might be onto something about financial fair play. We might have to introduce it. Who knows?
Yeah, man. Some of these teams look like Barcelona, bro. It's crazy.
In the prime time.
They look like prime noughties Real Madrid, like Galacticos.
Crazy. Legit. Phils, what about you? If you've been able to catch the other leagues, SFL Japan, SFL US, which one do you think is the strongest?
I'd definitely say NA, because similar to what Shax is saying, they're like the only one that's not really region locked. They've got players from different regions, so you're getting different play styles. The way the Chinese play is different to how people play in NA or EU or anywhere else. So you're never really going to be able to... Well, for one, the people that are competing in NA are not really going to be able to train for every single team, because you're playing Chinese players, so you can't really play them. You can't really lab for them. You
Okay,
can't play against
I'm with
them.
you. I'm with you. I'm with you.
Nice.
In EU, we've all played each other.
Yeah, to some degree, or in some tournament. Okay, no, that makes so much sense. That's a very good point. Shivs, what about you? What do you think of the strongest SFL league?
See, I still think the depth and quality Japan has overall outweighs the NA region, because even though NA has all the players coming in from other regions and stuff, I just look at every single Japanese team and go, wow. So yeah, I would still say Japan there.
Okay, and Poppy, what about you? What league do you think is the strongest?
I mean, this one is very hard. But I just think it's probably Japan, and there's a reason for that. I mean, I've been there as well, and I heard them talk. I think like they are very like community-esque, like they share everything. So you see like a lot of like stuff that hasn't been like implemented, and then we kind of catch on, and we're like, oh, you know, we see stuff where like every scene maybe hasn't seen that, but it's really hard, because then I think about, you know, as Jax was saying, like the birds. You know, you have an Evo champ, you have Men-RD, you know, and then all these players, they are so hungry. So it's like the level, like the mental game, I think is way higher in NA, you know, US, but I think maybe like skill-wise, maybe Japan. It's hard. This one was really hard because they are more experienced. Does it make sense? Like, you know, like the players there.
I get you.
But I can't like, you know, like you have, it's crazy. You have like Tokido, Sako, and Bonchan. I mean, that's one team with what's the JP player? Even play like Blaze Blue.
Tucker?
No.
Oh,
Insane.
Yeah.
Yeah, Ryusei.
Yeah, and then you have like Nemo there, and you have like new talent. Kazunoko, Moke, you know, just Mago, the Gachikun. You know, there's just so many
good
high-level talented players.
It almost sounds unfair.
So
I mean, but to be fair, they didn't win FAV Cup, so.
Okay, fine.
That's true.
He's got a point. I'll give you that one.
You know, and I root for Japan, obviously.
I'll give you that one. No, that's interesting. Right, let me hit you with my final question before I let you, all you lovely gentlemen, go. I'll start with Phil's first, because I probably know what the most obvious answer is here. Phil's! You have a choice. This is a hypothetical. Would you want a returning character in Street Fighter 6 or Capcom to introduce a guest character? I think it's high time. We're in an environment of guest characters in fighting games. Do you think a guest character would look cool in Street Fighter 6?
I have a question about the question.
Question about what question? Go for it.
Is it my returning character?
It can be whatever character you want if it's a returning character.
Yeah, that's an easy one for my guy.
That's why I asked him first.
I'm going to choose a returning character, 100%.
And would you like to tell me what that returning character is?
Wow. I don't know what else anyone expects me to say.
Well, no, you know what? I strike the question because you might have maybe this character would look cool in Street Fighter 6 and they're not from the Street Fighter franchise. Who knows?
He got Falk on his arm, bro.
I know.
Maybe.
Ride or die on the character. All right, I like it.
I'd definitely say Falk. 100%.
Okay, cool. Shax, what about you?
Yes.
Hypothetical. Would you want a returning character or a guest character from another franchise in Street Fighter?
Definitely a returning character.
And which is your returning character? Because you play about 12 billion, so I actually can't figure it out with you.
So, the returning character is actually Abel and not Laura.
Good.
Interesting.
Right. Now, that's when I first developed, you know...
That'll be a ninja Shax. Oh, wait.
Yeah, that's
That's when I developed a true attachment with a character, right?
Yeah.
So, and I think he would work well in this game. Step kick, you know,
Wait,
plus
weren't you the
2.
guy that was saying drive rush cancel normal should be losing your turn?
Wait.
Yeah,
And you
but
want step kick dash cancel +1. Here's the command grab. Or yeah.
give me no wake up. That's fine.
Yeah,
I don't want to wake up.
I see.
I want Abel in the game.
He had a throw invincible command grab. By the way.
Everyone misses Abel. I know it.
No.
No,
Everyone
man, no.
There are three people that know that character, including you. Let's stop
Abel
capping.
brought the most hype in any Street Fighter. I'm sorry.
Okay, whatever. Away with you.
You can have Abel, yeah, but every time you do level 3, you have to do the dance.
Oh no. That's not
You gotta do the
happening.
G-spots every time. They're the rules.
That's hilarious. Nah. Okay, so you got Falk, you got Abel. Shivs, dare I ask?
You know what the answer is already. But I
there's
want
two.
2 characters. I want Laura.
No, you
and
can only
Manat.
have one. No.
Well, then I want Laura. Manat
Why are you
can
getting
stay. Manat can
Yeah,
stay.
why you get 2?
away. I want Laura back. That's the
You
only
don't
character I
think
care about.
Manat would work in this game?
I don't care if she would. I only want Laura back. I will actually drop every other character and only play Laura.
Wow.
Unless she's bad, then I probably won't do that.
I was about to say, if she's
Wow.
bad,
Wow.
then it's,
I love that
all
there
right.
was a quick turnaround. He took a quick 180
No,
there.
I'll play Laura 100%, but not competitively if she's bad.
Interesting. All right. Poppy, what about you? You've played multiple fighting games, not like these peasants over here. They don't know what real taste is like. Would you want a guest character in the Street Fighter franchise? Or would you want a returning character?
I mean, I guess character would be cool. Damn, I played so many.
Let's see. Ali, he's thinking.
Going through his list.
I'm just trying to think like what would fit in this game. Obviously, you know, maybe this is a bit biased. I'm a huge Bruce Lee fan, so you know, Fei Long would be really cool. But maybe a guest character. I mean, could spice things up.
I mean, look, Walking Dead was in another franchise. You didn't think that would work, and they made it work. So
I know you want to say Yun, Poppy. Just say it, bro.
Goku from Fortnite.
No,
what?
I mean, obviously,
He's itching to say Yun. He's itching
I mean,
to say Yun.
yeah. I mean, definitely, Yun. I mean, the Canadian thing could be like a cool level 2, or
Not for the other person.
I don't know, give Fei Long some crazy Rekka
Don't give Fei Long anything, nothing.
wall bounce to chicken wing. You know, that would be.
No.
Brother!
I mean, Street Fighter 6, parry solves all the problems. He's allowed some
No, he
craziness.
doesn't. He's got a command grab, bro.
Just take away the command.
It's nothing.
I just don't like these answers. I don't like how Shax was probing an answer at Popey. That's bullying. Don't do that. Let him answer himself. Jesus. All right, gentlemen. We are just about out of time with you guys. It is a pleasure always talking to you guys here. Now, I just got told something. Can my broadcasting team tell me that again? Okay, apparently he's going to be a broadcaster for a change and tell us we have to stick to the schedule. Interesting. All right, gentlemen, we are out of time. So when you are ready, you can leave the Discord call because we do have another guest waiting on us here. I'll drop you guys a message later down the line. Again, much appreciated for taking time out of your day. And then, yeah, hope to see you guys soon or talk to you guys very soon for another Street Fighter event.
Peace, Robs.
All right, peace.
Thank you, guys. See you.
Anyway, all right, cool, perfect. That was good. I could talk to those guys for hours. It's funny. Certain people come to life when you mention a character or some sort of character. That was actually pretty funny. I really love that stuff. Right, okay. Now, if you are sticking with us, we are going to take another short break. When we come back, our special guest of the show will be joining us. Just about 5 minutes, and we'll come back and switch things up. See you in a bit. right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to tonight's episode of Sets, the Wolves special. We've had the Street Fighter League team join us, play some games, have a chat, and now they've departed. And now we've got a special guest. He's actually 2 TVs above me, so it's not Channel 2, 10 on Channel 4. And you'll get our special guest here. But yes, ladies and gentlemen, it is Reaper. Reaper, talk to me. This is our first time talking to each other. I hope you've been doing well. Happy New Year to you as well.
Happy New Year, man. Happy New Year.
Now, how are you feeling tonight? Did you enjoy the show from what you watched of it?
Yeah, man, legendary, man. It's nice to see, man. It's good to see, obviously, Wolves in another light as well. So it's good to see the lads all getting involved, you know what I'm saying? Bit jealous of Phil's arms, you know what I'm saying? It's one of them ones, man. I thought I was the big guy in Wolves, but he's come through and he's looking like a boulder, man, you know what I'm saying? So I have to have an arm wrestle for certain who the big guy is, man.
If you're going to do it, make sure it's recorded and put on the Wolves Esports Twitter.
We'll get it, man.
Logan, I'm going to actually let you have the floor on this one because this is more of your domain.
Thank you very much.
No,
Reaper, it's a pleasure to have you on this other show that we're doing, esports related. But obviously your angle with Wolves is through a completely different arm of the organisation. People that are watching in the UK, because we're at the moment being broadcast on Capcom Fighters, which is a worldwide platform for all of the fighting games that Capcom put out. So we'll have a lot of international viewers that might not know what Wolverhampton Wanderers represent, and of course they're a Premier League football team in the UK, have been for well over a century. But in the last couple of years, as an organisation, they have expanded into all manner of fantastic things. Like, how are you directly involved with Wolves?
Well, about a year and a half ago, it was announced that they were setting up a record label. First football team to set up a record label. Heard of nothing like it. You've heard of different organisations setting up record labels, or you've had musicians integrate with football teams somehow, just very briefly. But when they announced the record label, it was obviously something at the time I just jumped at, and I thought, you know what, I've got to be a part of that. I see myself at the forefront of the grime scene in my city, rap scene, grime scene. I see myself at the forefront, man. So I thought, you know what, I've got to represent, man. I've represented Wolverhampton at Red Bull Grimer side. I've represented Wolverhampton on other platforms, and Wolverhampton has a special place in my heart, man. So to be able to integrate that into the record label, it went crazy. And I mean, the announcement, when it was announced, it just went crazy. It was on all platforms. It was everywhere. Everybody knew about it, and because you don't hear about it, it's a Premier League football team. This is England, you know what I'm saying? It's football and beer, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, for a football team to be announcing a record label, it's like, whoa, what's going on there? And to be a part of that platform, it's been an honour. And obviously, since signing with them, it's been special. It's been non-stop, you know what I'm saying? So yeah,
and
man,
obviously,
it's been good.
since signing them with them, you've been so involved in, activations that include the team itself, the football team itself. So you're exposing yourself. Listen, I've been in the grime scene for like 20 plus years. Everyone is in the grime scene. We all follow football, but not everyone that follows football is aware of what's going on in grime. So you must be getting exposed to so many people that otherwise just wouldn't come across, your music. How are you finding your sound being received by, like you said, these beer football pub guys? Are they rating it? Because obviously you are riding out for Wolves, like the city, Wolverhampton. You are repping.
Yeah, man. I think they respect it. They respect it a lot. I mean, straight away you can hear the yam yam in me. I don't sound like I'm from nowhere else. So it hit home. I think they did well with sort of signing me as the first artist, because it's like, you've got a champion at home, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's easy to set up sort of a record label and bring in a massive artist or an emerging artist that's from out of town or something like that. But to be the first artist, I'm from the heart of the city, I'm from Heath Town. We did the kit launch, straight away in the music, straight away you hear me on the platform, you're hearing the Wolves accents, so straight away that's going to resonate with the fans, especially Wolves. They're a proud football team. It's one of the first founding football teams in the Premier League. First founding football teams, the Football League. So this is quite an old-fashioned football team, you know what I'm saying? So to convert those sort of fans into not only music, but grime music, urban music, you know what I'm saying? I mean, they all listen to Agadoo, but you know what I'm saying? Listening to an F64 is a different thing. You know what I'm saying? It's a whole different thing. Of course. But it resonated straight away, man. And like I said, props to Wolves Records and everybody involved, man, because it's been good and I'm thankful.
It's a really interesting situation because, as you said, the team itself, the organisation, is so historic. One of the oldest football clubs in the league today, well over a century old. So forward thinking and looking in terms of their their multimedia organization, and obviously we look to the future and we're looking at esports and online and gaming. Do you think that this is, you know, one of the most exciting ways of engaging new young fans for this football club?
What a better way, man. I mean, we're living in a digital era. So yeah, you've got like an old-fashioned state of mind with the football team and the fans. But what about their kids and their kids' kids? How are we going to reach them? How are we going to resonate with them? Because it's easy, you know, for me, like as a 10-year-old, I was all Ruud van Nistelrooy, Man United and things. You get gas, but when you go to your home match at Wolves and things like that, you realise this is heart, this is your community. But not many kids have got that feeling. So how can we reach them? Music, football goes hand in hand. Esports now, gaming, you know what I'm saying? It's another thing where, like I said, we're living in the digital era where, you know what I'm saying, kids are like 7 years old and they're on Roblox and things like that. So we need to be able to grasp them and reach them and bring them in and bring them back home, you know what I'm saying? Because they're that far out already that, you know what I'm saying, it's a good thing that we've got a record label and now an esports team. Well, the esports team was there first, but an esports team, now a record label we've got those platforms to reach out and grab people from, man, because it's a legendary thing that's being done right now.
What's it like working with the organization as well? Because like these are really forward-looking like setups. That we were talking to St. Cola, who's from the Midwest in the United States, and if you talk to me about, well, there's this sports franchise and they've got an esports team and they've got a record label, I think you're talking about like an NBA team or something like that. Do you know what I mean? In my mind, I'm thinking, rap and gaming and that should be like a US thing. They don't have that at all here. So for Wolves to be the first organization in the world to be doing this, it must be like a really forward-looking organization. What's it like working with them?
It's crazy and it's hands-on. I mean, straight away we integrated, and the first thing that I did was the single for the kit launch, so 2022/2023 season. I did the kit launch and that was just surreal, you know what I'm saying? That's a big thing. Like, everybody looks forward to a kit launch at the start of the season, you know what I'm saying? Teams are putting out their kit launches. You go and watch every single team, no matter what team you support, you go and watch every single team. So for me to be doing the Wolves one, and then I'm in the video with Pedro Neto and Huang, and I'm like, yo, like, I'm next to them, I'm playing two-touch, like, run a set, I'm playing two-touch with Neto, and it's like, this is surreal, but the guys are cool, the team's cool, everybody's real about it, you know what I'm saying? I think everybody's got that vision of forward thinking, the team itself, they're looking forward to the future. Had a bit of a blip last season, but this season, on par where they should be. Record label is progressing the way it needs to be, esports team flying, you know what I'm saying? So, like you said, it's a forward-thinking motion and it's a forward-thinking organisation, and you know what I'm saying, hats off to Folsom, Wolves, everybody's just putting work in, and you know what I'm saying, you're reaping the results, man, you know what I'm saying?
Absolutely right. We're here for obviously like a gaming event, and we're talking about the esports team. What's your history with video games? Like, when did you start? What came first, actually? Did you start playing video games before you had an interest in making music? Like, have they run side by side? What's your interaction with gaming?
I'm a bit of an all-rounder. Like, I come from a sporting background, used to play football at academy level, but I've always been into gaming, you know what I'm saying, go around your cousins, you know what I'm saying. I think the background where I'm from, like, my first experience with gaming is going to sort of youth club, playing Sega, Adventure Playground actually. Sega, there'd be a Sega there, so this was my access to sort of getting on a game and things like that, you know what I'm saying. I come from a big family, so getting on the Sega Adventure Playground, you know what I'm saying, playing the original games, going to my cousins, playing PS1, on the computer and the actual PC, you know what I'm saying, loading up Sonic, all those sort of games, Earthworm Jim and all that, like, yeah, man, crazy games, Earthworm Jim. What else?
Showing your age now, bro.
Bro, crazy, you know what I'm saying?
I'm with you.
On the PC and that, bro, is crazy. So yeah, like, always been into gaming. As of recent years, obviously, I'm a PS5 guy at the moment, so I'm playing a lot of Warzone, I'm playing a lot of FIFA, Street Fighter, dabbling with again, you know what I'm saying? Like, this is something I want to come back round to, because
nowadays you like the competitive games.
Yeah, I'm into it, man. It's a bit of time off, you know what I'm saying? Like, I need to put my headphones on and I just want to be here, you know, that's you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying, bro? Like, yeah, man, it sounds weird, but that's my downtime. Regardless of, obviously, you're hearing like, gunshots in your ear, like, my downtime is getting on Call of Duty, getting on a game, like any sort of game, you know what I'm saying? Because I feel like once you've got that headset on, like, you're in a different, like you said, it's virtual,
you're immersed in it, so.
You're immersed in it, man, you know what I'm saying? And it's good to have that sort of shut off, man. I'm a busy guy, my schedule's quite busy, I'm up and down a lot. As you know, like we're all busy guys, but like you said, that shutdown from when you get the headphones on, it's quality, man. So it's good.
So let me ask you this. Obviously, you mentioned like grime aside, you've done a lot of sets that can get very rowdy. Come from grime background, so you know about clashing. Obviously, you were on a YTS with the club as an apprentice, with training with the youth lot. So that competitive element is entrenched in you from sports and from the art side. So when you came across, esports and saw that people were taking this thing that you did as a kid, like for fun, they're elevating this now to a competitive level. What was your reaction when you first discovered like esports and competition and that kind of thing? What's your impression of it been?
I think like it's surreal, to be fair, because like you said, like me as a kid, like you play games for fun. So it's like seeing it now become competitive. And we spoke about like obviously like there was a possibility in Japan, the Olympics, it was going to become an actual sport. Like this is the future, and this is the way things are going. If you're into Black Mirror, I don't know if you guys have ever watched Black Mirror. There's an episode where literally they wake up and they just go into a box and their life is gaming. You know what I'm saying? And like things are coming to fruition, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, we don't want to get into the squeeze fumes and that, but like, I feel like esports like it's just gonna reach new heights. Yeah. There's non-stop new games coming out. There's non-stop new players. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'd be happy to get involved in esports. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Call of Duty, they get me in there. You know what I'm saying? Like it's competitive. People are gonna want to be involved. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, not only is it like socially quality, but it's going to be profitable for organisations to be involved with. It's going to be, I know we spoke about previously on the show, should more football teams get involved? Why not? I think Wolves is setting a good example, and Wolves is setting the trend, sort of, not only the record label but the esports team. So I can only imagine in years to come you're going to see other football teams or organisations pop up with theirs. They're probably just leaving it time to simmer down because they don't want to be seen as copying. But yeah, man, I think esports, like, to the world, man, you know what I'm saying? Like, the possibilities are endless. Like, it can go anywhere.
All right, let's round it up now. I just want to ask, it's obviously 2024 is just kicking off. Hopefully you have a big 2024 ahead. What do we need to be looking out for right now and in the immediate future from you?
Just plenty of content, man. Plenty of music. Type my name in YouTube. You'll see me, man. I've been putting in work, man, non-stop, man. I live for this, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm always active, always at sets, always releasing singles. Obviously, we're stepping up that next level now into artistry. I've been on the grime circuit for years now, you know what I'm saying? I'm a seasoned vet, 20 years in this. Hopefully working more with the esports team, obviously working alongside the football team. But I'm respectful of, obviously, everybody's got their own sort of agenda. So I like the way the Wolves esports team is its own entity, record label's its own entity, and we're able to do something like this and bring it all through together. It's three different worlds colliding, you know what I'm saying? You've got music, sports, and esports, you know what I'm saying? Like, this is crazy to be a part of. And being at the centre of it's good, man. So you never know, you know what I'm saying? We've had the little promo video for the esports, you know what I'm saying? We might get an official single out, you know what I'm saying? So yeah, man, definitely look forward to working with, obviously, yourselves, working with the esports team. And yeah, man, just look out for myself.
Wicked, man. Hopefully we'll get you down to an event. We'll have to make you check out Versus Fighting next year. That's just up the road in Brum in the West Midlands. So
I'm down, man. I'm down.
Check that out. Hella games are going down there.
Yeah.
So yeah, we'll get you set up on something. But thank you so much for joining us. Really appreciate it. As he said, go and look up Reaper right now on YouTube. There's a lot of work. You can check the archives. You can check the brand new stuff as well. And you can see all the stuff he's done with Wolves as well. That quick launch video is very, very cool. And I know there's going to be more cool stuff coming out of that social media department, because they're working super hard. So I know there's going to be some very, very good content coming out of you on Wolves in 2024. But thanks so much for joining us. Really appreciate it, man.
No problem, man. Pleasure, guys. Yeah, look after yourselves, man.
You too. Oh yeah, no, we got to show something.
You know what? I didn't want to press you, you know, but you know what? I got a little something for you guys, to be fair, man. I thought, you know what?
Of course.
This is Street Fighter, you know what I'm saying? I thought, you know what? We might as well just conjure up a little something. It's just a little 8-bar for you guys, test the waters. I mean, I know we've got official soundtracks and things like that. So, you know what I'm saying? Like, I got my DJ Rich, he's on the line, you get me? Like, DJ Dragon, you want to spin that?
Oh, what? Don't tell me did he use the French track?
No yes, way. Of course. 140.
Yeah, man. 140.
Do you know what? Let me pull it back. Let me ask you, Reaper, is your favourite soundtrack in Street Fighter 6 the French stage? It must be.
I like this, like, bro, I went through the soundtracks and, bro, I heard this one and I said, Logan's gonna know. I said, this is grime. This is right, like, bro.
Make me
This
smile.
one,
Bro,
like,
man can spray on this, bro. Man can spray on this. You get me? One more time. Pull it up.
Light it up, light it up, light it up.
Let's see
go.
if we can. Come on, Richard. Turn it up. Let me see if we can hear it.
Okay. Yeah. Reaper right now. Street Fighter 6. You get me? Honorable mention to DW. You get me? I set pace with the free starting. You get me? Listen. Yo. You don't want to see Reaper fighting. I kick man like Python. You get attacked like Titan. I'm like flanked with electric lightning. Cool, my strength is frightening. Look up at downtown, I'm funny. If I draw for the stick like JP, man don't want it. I've got full fat shots and poppy. Go for the pack like shoots and full. Think it man with a 20 style. Commando like style. You don't want it with Reaper. It can get deeper. Yeah? You put man in a speaker. You get me? Like, you know. That's what you get, man. That's what you get.
Hey,
Put this man in Capcom Cup. No.
Do you know what?
Put him in Capcom Cup.
It's
Yo,
not even.
Capcom.
We need
Bring
to bring
him to
back
Capcom Cup.
some modern day fire in the booth. We need to bring it back.
This is what it is, man. This is what it is, man. Tell the guys shout me, man. We can get it. You get me? Theme tunes.
Brother had the steak on it.
Do you know?
Hey!
Can you imagine that as the opening 8 bars? So when the French stage actually comes on, just real quick, Reaper just gives you a quick 8.
You never, you know what?
Reaper, come up and just. I got you.
You never know what the future holds, man. You never know what the future holds.
you know
Like
what?
you said, we're integrating, man.
Let me ask you this: Would you accept doing soundtrack for video games, movies, anything?
Of course, man. Obviously, like music's not just like subject to the music industry. You know what I'm saying? You've got gaming industry. You know what I'm saying? Like for Street Fighter in particular, like I'd hold my hands up and say, you know what? Get DWEs on there first before I do my thing. Get to the car. Yeah, but I couldn't like, bro. It just wouldn't sit right with me doing something for Street Fighter and DWEs thing not there. But obviously, like, but I know things change and things like that. So I'd be honoured to do it, man. But like for me, that's like sort of that's the levels, man. You know what I'm saying?
Trust me, wicked. We need to get you to record that properly so that people can experience that. Maybe that might be the next Western Wolves track for YouTube.
Yeah.
Hopefully we can get them bars down. But yes, man, love that. And of course, you had to pull out the 140. I'm very pleased,
bro. Yeah,
for the Fed Foreign.
Yeah, man. It's roots and culture, man. It resonated straight. I heard the beat, I was like, yeah. 140, man. Easy work.
Nah, that was good. I love that. No, honestly, I love listening to the answers, just soaking it all in. Because again, I'm like grime illiterate. I remember Channel U. That's about it.
Same here.
That's all you need to know, bro. That's all you need to know. That's all you need to know, man. That's all you need to know.
True.
I'm locked on the man like Reaper, though. I'll tell you that right now.
He's a fan. He's on board now. We got him.
I appreciate it, man. I appreciate it.
Is there anywhere people can follow you? Is it all socials?
All socials, R3EPA, YouTube, just type my name in Reaper, first thing that'll come up, you know what I'm saying? You can Google me, you can TikTok me, you can, you know what I'm saying? You can Yellow Pages me if that exists still, you know what I'm saying?
That still exists, yeah.
Wow, we ate shit out here.
I mean, if you know Yellow Pages, it does show you age.
We've come a long way, man. Yellow Pages to TikTok, man. Things have changed now, you know what I'm saying?
Do you know what? When you put it like that, can't lie. You can't lie about the evolution. All right. So I believe, Reaper, we don't want to take up any much more time of your day. This has been super appreciative for you to come and join us and see a different side of the team and, of course, video games as well. But yeah, we definitely got to check out this guy on social media. Hey, maybe in the near future or something, we could do something with Wolves again and have you come back on. Watch some Street Fighter and support the guys.
Listen, I'm down, man. You get me? I'll be kicking someone's ass on Street Fighter soon, man. Don't worry, man. I'm training. I'm low-key training, man. In the background, I'm training.
I'll hold you to that.
You became a demon.
I'm training.
Remember, 4 guys, like, they joined your team to join the league. And that league ain't no joke.
I got those 4 guys at my disposal, man. So when you see me kicking it with them, just know I'm learning a few tips and tricks, man.
Go for Cola first. He's the worst out of the 3 of us here. No, it's fine.
You need to
Hold
go
up, I have 4 masters, so relax.
You need to go and challenge up JME and Shorty. That's the
do you know what? Okay, we'll give you a great piece of advice. If you're gonna fight JME, pick Zangief.
All right.
Pick Zangief. Right. He hates Zangief.
He hates Zangief, yeah?
He hates
Kryptonite, yeah? Kryptonite, yeah?
Trust me.
Nah, this is brilliant. All right, cool. Right, Reaper, we got to let you go because we got a show to close out. But hey, we'll drop a message and thank you once again real soon. And now,
pleasure, man. Look after yourself, guys, yeah?
Yes, you too. All right. No, honestly, today has been absolutely great. It's been a very long show. Again, This has been pretty good to see. Now, we do have some closing stuff to do, because obviously we had a special there, and as well as the special guest for Wolves, Reaper. Make sure you check him out on all the socials. We put it in the chat as well, so you guys can check him out again. Like, Wolverhampton are actually doing something that not many teams are doing anything in general. So, all right, I believe, is that it from us, Richard? Have we got to close out with some other things? All right, cool. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for tuning into the special tonight. Logan, St. Cola, thank you so much for joining us today and taking time out of your day.
Yeah, man. Shout out to you guys for organising it as well, because it's a really good format. I hope we can do more of these. Do you know what I mean? Sets is a cool show, and I'm happy to see it expand in different directions. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
US and Japan also. Let's
do you know what?
Get all the way out there.
We had to have Japanese players on before. We're going to get the ball rolling to get more on now. There's a couple of people. It's a long process, that's why. But we're going to try and get the ball rolling, because I'm sure there's a couple of exhibitions people do want to see and opinions you do want to hear as well. But yes, make sure you follow us on all our social media outlets, X, Twitter, whatever you want to call it, Instagram, and make sure you stay locked in, because again, the CPT season is not over. Congratulations to Kawano and Ending Walker once again for winning their respective ways into the CPT finals. And we'll see you next week for another episode of Sets. Until then, take care of yourselves and keep playing some Street Fighter. See you soon.
See you around.
Y'all already know.
You know what time it is.
I belong in the top spot, #1.
Hope you ready for the fight.
Reign supreme.
Put 'em up, let's go. #1. Yeah. I've been laying locked, training for this moment my whole life. Cold nights, in the rainy days, hope I get mine. Spin mine for the accolades in the empire. I need that title in my possession.
Once again in the zone, it's my time to shine bright. And if you try to stop me, then you're gon' pay the price. All them late nights finally paid nights. Awaken my dreams, but you could call me the greatest of all time.
Yeah, I'm focused. You know how bad I want this. I'm giving it my all. Never thought this moment is golden. I control it. All eyes on me. I see I'm watching. Once I'm locked in, ain't no way that I'm stopping. Clocked in. It's time to put in work. Go berserk. I'm in my zone until I'm first. Believe me when I say nobody can see me. This a product of hustle. I just make it look easy. Non-stop. You ready or not? When it's all said and done, I'ma be on the top. 3, 2, 1. I'm ahead of the game. Y'all remember my name. Non-stop. You ready or not? When it's all said and done, I'ma be on the top. 3, 2, 1. Let's go. Yeah, I belong in the #1 spot.
I always kept the business, nothing personal. When you always see nothing, I just barely scratch the surface. Roll me in the rain, let me do my thing. Thought they hit me down, fighting through the pain. When I'm in the zone,
I ain't never say much, but you see me up top. You see my numbers healthy, the pressure don't stop. Until I'm in the top, see the bottom seeds watch. They all want see me flop, but I'm stepping on them, watch, let them watch. Born ready to fight, this is my moment. Coming for it all, just show me my opponent. Wanna be great, I'm a legend in the making. And this is mine for the taking.
Cause I got what it takes to be on top. I'm #1 cause I don't stop.
Hard gas, no brakes, high stakes. I don't act tough till the tussle let them fold ya. Non-stop, you ready or not? When it's all said and done, I'ma be on the top. 3, 2, 1. I'm ahead of the game, y'all remember my name. Non-stop, you ready or not? When it's all said and done, I'ma be on the top. 3, 2, 1. Let's go. I belong in the #1 spot. Y'all already know. You know what time it is.
I belong in the top spot, #1.
Hope you ready for the fight.
Reign supreme.
Put 'em up, let's go. #1. Yeah. I've been laying locked, training for this moment my whole life. Cold nights, in the rainy days, hope I get mine. Spin mine for the accolades in the empire. I need that title in my possession.
Once again in the zone, it's my time to shine bright. And if you try to stop me, then you're gon' pay the price. All them late nights finally paid nights. Awaken my dreams, but you could call me the greatest of all time.
Yeah, I'm focused. You know how bad I want this. I'm giving it my all. Never thought this moment is golden. I control it. berserk. I'm in my zone until I'm first. Believe me, when I say nobody can see me, this a product of hustle, I just make it look easy. Non-stop, you ready or not? When it's all said and done, I'ma be on the top. 3, 2, 1. I'm ahead of the game, they'll remember my name. Non-stop, you ready or not? When it's all said and done, I'ma be on the top. 3, 2, 1. Yeah, I belong in the #1 spot.
I always keep the business, nothing personal. When you always see nothing, I just barely scratch the surface. Roll me in the rain, let me do my thing. Thought they hit me down, fight through the pain when I'm in the zone.
I ain't never say much, but you see me up top. You see my numbers healthy, the pressure don't stop. Until I'm in the top, see the bottom seeds watch. They almost see me flop, but I'm stepping on them, watch, let them watch. Born ready to fight, this is my moment. Coming for it all, just show me my opponent. Wanna be great, I'm a legend in the making. And this is mine for the taking.
Cause I got what it takes to be on top. I'm #1 cause I don't stop.
Hard gas, no brakes, high stakes.
I don't act tough till the tussle let them fold ya.
Non-stop, you ready or not? When it's all said and done, I'ma be on the top. 3, 2, 1. I'm ahead of the game, they'll remember my name. Non-stop, you ready or not? When it's all said and done, I'ma be on the top. 3, 2, 1. I belong in the